compete and of course to try their luck in this event. Remember, the first up to the sixth position are being paid very well. Athletics Kenya has introduced a good amount as a prize money, and as we are talking here, the junior event has started. The 6 junior women kilometers race has started, and they are in their first lap. Remember, one loop is 2 kilometers, and of course they are already in the first lap. We want to see who will emerge the winner this year in this event. Welcome. This is Kapsokwony. They say it's the origin of athletes. A number of athletes have been here, and they come from this region. World beaters have been born from this region, and of course this cross country is good for athletes as they start the season, the cross country season. Remember, it's essential for the athletes to run well and of course do a build up in their various categories, because remember, cross country, a marathoner can run cross country. Those people who are running in track run in cross country. Remember, we have even today, Emmanuel Wanyonyi is here today. He will be competing in the 2 kilometer loop. Of course, he said that yesterday that he will be starting his season with this event here, will running the 2 kilometers loop. He said that the cross country is good for an athlete as in terms of a build up in his career. Wanyonyi is the 800 meters Olympics champion, and as he started the season, he said the race is going to help him do well. So today, the 2 kilometer loop, of course, the male category, we have 65 athletes competing here today. In the under 20 women category, that is the 6 kilometer junior women, we have 101 athletes. In the 8 kilometers junior men, that's the under 20, we have 118. And surprisingly, the 10 kilometers women senior race, we have 34 athletes, which is a little bit low. And then, of course, in the 10 kilometers senior men, we have 112 athletes competing here today. Of course, this is an event we've seen most of the time. Athletes are very few competing here. Like last year, I was here and I managed to see the athletes were very few. And of course, this morning, by yesterday evening, the athletes were still here picking their bib numbers so that they can be able to compete here today. Remember, it's a requirement that you get your bib number a day earlier before the competition day. And seeing the athletes standing in a large number, I know they must have been motivated, of course, one, with the prize money, and two, these athletes, most of the upcoming athletes, they want to compete here and maybe build their races ahead of the season. Remember, next year we have the World Championships, and of course the World Championships, most of the athletes will be using these events as a build-up towards their races. So as I said earlier, the under 20 is underway. That is the 6 kilometers junior women. We have 101 athletes competing here today. So we are waiting to see who will emerge the winner. And of course, we have some of the world beaters here who've competed in various categories, in various events. They've competed in world championships. We had juniors who went to the world cross country this year in Belgrade. They will be here also trying to make another year better for them. So as you can see, the under 20 junior women already, the first lap is ongoing, and already we have gaps. We have a leader already who is leading and is being followed. She's being followed closely by 2 athletes who are they're trying to catch up with the leader, and it's competitive. It's competitive here today. So welcome to Kapsokwony. This is they say the origin of athletes. Of course, when you go to Iten, they say it's a home of champions, and Kapsabet is the source of champions. And then, of course, Eldoret is the city of champions. Of course, it was awarded a city charter the other day, and now the name now goes with the status. So welcome to this year's edition. This is the second series. The first one, of course, we had one in Machakos, which was successful, and the athletes came in large numbers, and they managed to compete very well, and of course they bagged prizes that was on offer. So coming to the second edition, we want to see now who will emerge the winner here, who will take the top positions here. Of course, they are fighting the prize money, the purse is rich. We have good money. We have good money in the purse. So as they come for the first lap is done, and as they cross the finishing line here, that is the VIP dais here. We have a leader here, 1042 leading, and then of course we have two athletes following closely. I'll be telling you these athletes, who the athletes are, and I'm told the leading athlete is a gold medalist at the ISF, and she is from Kongit Secondary School here in Mount Elgon. So she is a home-based runner here, taking advantage of the home run. Maybe she's been training here most of the time, and she knows and she understands the course. And having competed at the ISF, I think she knows what she's doing. Yeah, and as I was saying, this is the second edition. We have many athletes standing up here today. They want to compete here and, of course, shape their season as we enter into the cross-country season, because we have a lot of events lined up we have a lot of events lined up, the cross-country events lined up this season, all the way to December until February. So athletes will be using this race here to prepare for those international races. We have six series in the Athletics Kenya calendar. That is, the first one was in Machakos, the second one is here we are today in Kapsokwony, and the third one will be in Iten, Elgeyo Marakwet. Then we move to Bomet in Bomet County, and then Olkalau in Nyandarua, and then the last one will be in Kisii, that is in Kisii County. So as the athletes prepare, also they will be getting ready for another interesting race, that is the Great Chepsaita Run, which is in December. The athletes will be competing in December on 7th, that is on 7th. And of course the race also has been upgraded to a gold level, and they will be competing for top prizes. And of course I've seen many people have turned up here today, and they want to see the talents being made here, because some of the athletes are based here, and they've never traveled outside this county, and they want to showcase their talent today here. And then of course I was talking about the cross-country events. We have all counties will be hosting their events also, and then we have the regional events, we have the discipline forces events, cross-country events, and then after that we'll now have the national championships. After the national championships, we will now move to World Cross Country Tour, which happens in Kenya annually. That is the Sirikwa Classic, which happens in Eldoret. It takes place in Eldoret every year in February. So athletes will also be looking forward to compete in that event. Remember, the next year also we have the World Championships, and most of the athletes are using these races to prepare for the World Championships next year. So welcome, and let's enjoy the race. Let's watch who will become and emerge a winner this morning in various categories. I'll take you again through the numbers. We have 2 kilometers women, that is the 2 kilometer loop women race. We have 30 athletes. Then 2 kilometers men race, we have 65 athletes. The under 20 women, we have 101 athletes who are competing right now. They already started in the second lap. And then of course we have the under 20 men who are 118. And then in the senior category we have the 10 kilometers women who are 34 in number. And then the men's category, which also is 10 kilometers, is 112. So we are waiting to see who are going to bag prizes this morning. Remember, the rewards are being given to the top 6 athletes. And let me just inform you how much they will be going home with, because remember, Athletics Kenya introduced a better package, of which it has motivated most of the athletes, and they will be competing here with their eyes set on the prize. So shortly I'll be informing you about the prizes that they will be taking home today. The leader here, as we've learned today, she comes from this area. She schools in Kongit High School, and she's on the lead. She's on the lead right now. By the name Doris. Doris is a student here, and of course she also competed at the ISF secondary school. So that was the ISF cross country event that was held in May at the Ngong Racecourse, and she's here at home taking advantage of the home ground and of course the altitude. She is competing here today, and she wants to show that she knows the course and she knows what she is doing. Welcome to the second edition once again. This is Kapsokwony cross-country series. Yeah, so Doris is now leading, and she's being followed closely. And as I said earlier, Doris is a student here in this region, that is Kongit High School. I'll tell you which class she is in, and I'm going to tell you what. Of course, she's now being followed closely. I'll be telling you right in a few minutes who is following her, and the two athletes are now leading. They are ahead of the pack, and I'll be telling you shortly who the athlete is. So welcome to this edition, the second edition of cross-country in the cross-country series. My name is Bernard Rotich, and I'll be taking you throughout this event today. Most of these athletes have been training in this region, and we've interacted with most of the athletes. Well, I'll tell you about the senior category, women's senior category. This year we have a very few athletes. Just 34 of them managed to register for this race, and as they compete here today, maybe I'll tell you also that we are going to look forward to a new winner here in this race, because the defending champion, or the one who won last year, will not be competing here because she managed to travel to. She'll be competing tomorrow at the Valencia half marathon. She is debuting. That is Agnes Chebet-Ngetich. She is the 10 kilometers world record holder, and she is competing tomorrow, so she will not be competing here in this event, but she's debuting in the half marathon. We shall wait and see how she'll compete tomorrow. And I'm being joined here by my friend here, Abel, who comes from this region. Abel, tell us about this race today. What is the mood here in Mount Elgon? Maybe you need also to welcome us, because I understand you come from this region.
Yes. Thank you very much, my colleague. As you can see, the race has already started, and the mood in this place, as you can see, our people are so happy. They were really waiting. They've been waiting for this particular race. This one is the second series of this race that is happening at Kapsokwony, and as you can see, we have so many fans, and as people of Mount Elgon, we are expecting to see people going home with prizes. We have seen there is so much to be won from these races, and it's something good, and we we have so many athletes from the region that have come to participate, and yes, from my end I can see very many athletes who have come to participate, and we are expecting them to go home with prizes. In Mount Elgon today, as I can see, the weather is so cool. The weather is good for this event, and yeah, we really hope that these athletes will get the experience that they need. We also aware that these are the races that prepare them for those international races. We know after this they'll be ending in Tokyo, Japan. I think I'm right. After this, I think this one is just like a preparation for them to prepare for those senior, for those major races that will be coming. And my colleague, we have, as you can see, these people are so happy, and as you can see, the spectators, there are so many that have come in numbers to witness for themselves. We'll be going home with those prizes, and yeah, we'll be expecting to see who will be the winner of this particular race that has already started.
Yeah, thank you, Abel. Of course, you've welcomed us in this region, and we are happy because you can see the weather is so nice. But I think it rained last night, so the course is so nice. And as I was saying, maybe for the viewers, I was saying that the prize money that these athletes will go home today, we have a very good prize money here. And of course, men in the under 20 men and women category, the winners will go home 30,000. That is for the first position, that is 30,000. And then second position, we have 20,000, 15,000 for the third position. Fourth position, they have to go fourth position to 10th position, they will take home 10,000. In the men and women's 10-kilometer category, that's the senior category, winners will go home 50,000 richer, with the second athlete going home with the 40,000, third 20,000, fourth 20,000, fifth 15,000, and then we have the sixth athlete 10,000 up to the 10th position. And then we have the 2-kilometer loop, that is in the women's and men's and women's category. We have 10,000 for the winners, and then 7,000 for the second position. Third position, we have 5,000. Fourth position, the same amount. And then from position 5th to the 10th position, we have 3,000. They will take home 3,000. Remember, this is the second edition of the cross-country Kapsokwony. That is the AK series. If you've just joined us, welcome. We are here in Mount Elgon. The weather is so nice. So maybe my colleague, as we wait for this the ongoing event, maybe athletes. We've known this area as produced a number of athletes. Maybe you can take us through down the memory lane and tell us maybe who the athletes. Of course, I can see Doris. Doris has now opened a gap. She's now leading, and she has taken the lead. She competed at the ISF cross country in May, and I think she knows what she's doing. She's taken the advantage of the home ground. I understand she schools at Kongit High School. Maybe tell us about this Kongit High School.
Yeah, thank you very much. The athlete that is now leading comes from this area, Mount Elgon, and as you can, most of you are aware that this is a region that is not very new to these kind of events. If you see Sharon leading, it's because Mount Elgon is known for producing very many athletes, and she's now approaching the finish line. She's approaching the finish line very strongly.
Yeah, I can see. Oh, this was the last lap, and she has really won in style. This is good, and of course, before the home grounds, this is really good for her winning the race today and at home. Congratulations to Doris. She's a student at Kongit High School, and seeing her winning here today, it's before the home ground and before the fans at home. She feels so happy, and we will be talking to her shortly and get to know how she has been preparing for this race and having what tactics she used to win today. So I'll be handing over shortly to my colleague, Charity, and then of course we'll get to know what she did so that she can be able to win the race today. I'll be handing over to Charity so that we can be able to get to know who the winner is today. Charity.
Thank you so much, Rotich and Abel. I'm joined here by Alice. She's just won the women's 6-kilometer race. Sorry, it's Dorcas Kapsokwony. Dorcas, how does it feel for you to have won today? Unafeel aje leo vile umeweza kushinda hapa?
Ngoja niendelee.
Unajisikia aje leo umeweza kushinda? Imekuwa vipi kwako?
Cross country imekuwa mzuri sana. Nilikuwa naomba Mungu nichukue nambari la kwanza. Lakini sasa nashukuru Mungu.
So kwa sasa hii ukitoka hapa utaenda kuangalia nini katika mazoezi yako?
Ndaenda kuendelea na mazoezi. Nilikuwa na speed na jaba 1 hour 20 minutes. Alafu saa hii isi 30 minutes. Tumaini tunapiga speed run. Tuesday and Thursday.
Thank you so much. We also are joined here by the second finisher in the women's 6 kilometers race, Alice Chemtai. Alice, unajisi vipi leo katika kushinda hapa nyumbani?
Kwanza nashukuru Mungu kwa umbali ambaye amenitoa mpaka nikafika hapa. Nashukuru sana kwa kukuwa namba 2 leo. Juu lakini haikukuwa nifike namba 2 juu nimekaa for almost 1 year injury. Nashukuru Mungu kwa maana leo nimefika hapa na nimefeel poa sana. Last year nilikuwa mbali sana, lakini nashukuru Mungu kama nimefika hapa. Next nitakuwa number 1. Si dreams yangu ni kuwe number 2, number 1.
Thank you so much. Perhaps motivation yako ya kukimbia unatoa wapi?
Kwa motivation naonanga lakao kama watu wenye kama kina Kipieko tunapenda kukimbia 5000. Yani napendanga kuwatch sana ndio inipe motivation.
Okay. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That was Dorcas Kapsokwony and Alice Chemtai. Dorcas finished first, and we also had Alice finishing second in the women's 6-kilometer race here at the Kapsokwony Boys High School. We're just fresh from finishing the Machakos, and we're handing you over to Abel to go on with the men's under 28 kilometers.
Thank you very much, my colleague. That has been under 20 6 kilometers women that has just ended, and those are students from Kongit. And Kongit High School is known for producing very good athletes. A very good school in Mount Elgon that over time has been participating in producing best athletes, and the event that has just ended is 6 kilometers under 20 women who have just finished their race, and in a few we'll be having another race that will be kicking off in a short while. We'll be having the next race. We have just finished under 26 kilometers women race, and as you can see, I see very many people here. We have so many people that have come to witness. They've come to witness those that will be going home with prizes. And they're so happy. This region is known for producing so many athletes. We have the likes of John Jipcho, who is a legend from this place, Mount Elgon. We also have the likes of the Maasais, the family of the Maasais, which has been able to produce so many athletes. And that one, we can remember that these kind of events are the events that have been always preparing them for such races and international races. We are aware that those winners that you have just seen them here, they're also preparing for those international races that will be coming, and we are expecting to see them even move forward, and also to participate even in the Olympics. We are aware that Olympics is the dream of every athlete. Olympics is a dream of every athlete. Every athlete wishes to participate in the Olympics, and we are hopeful, and we pray that these athletes that have just won the 6 kilometers and a 20 women race will be moving and forging forward, and we expect to see them in those international races. And I'm now joined by my colleague Mr. Rotich. We have just ended the under 20 6 kilometers women. How was it?
Yeah, it was a good event, and of course, as you said, most of the athletes here are using these races to prepare for the international event. Yes. I remember Beatrice Chebet, who won the double gold in Olympics. Yes. She started with a cross-country event. She won gold in Belgrade. So today, seeing these juniors winning this race and competing here well, and of course, they want to make a name. They are still coming up, and giving them that support. We are happy that the federation has been able to organize this event so that each region can be able to send a team, and so that they can be able to gauge themselves. And I'm happy because the turnout here today is so big. Last year we had few athletes competing. For the last 3 years we have very few athletes competing here. But seeing them competing here today, I think it's encouraging. It's encouraging. Yeah. So of course we are going for the second event, today's second event. That is the 28 kilometers junior men. And of course junior men, we have athletes here who will be competing. Of course, I've seen a Mzungu there, a white person. I don't know where each country comes from, but of course we will be able to know who he is. And of course, these athletes are 101. 101. So you can imagine the competition that you are going to see here today. And of course, getting back to what we were talking about, the event itself, the athletes are using this event as a build-up. Yes. Cross-country is meant for the build-up. I was talking to Emmanuel Wanyonyi, who said that he loves competing in cross-country before he moves to the track event. So competing in a cross-country makes, it hardens an athlete. So whatever race you're running, maybe 10,000, maybe 800 meters, even 400 meters athletes, we can see them here competing. It helps them for build-up so that they can be able to run well in the forthcoming races. Of course, after the cross-country season, we will start the track events, and the track events will lead all the way to the World Championships in Tokyo in September. So the event is good, and seeing athletes here competing and they want to make a name here is something good. Even those who are still running and finishing now, they will one day make a name. They will one day become champions. So we are happy because this event is able to uplift athletes from this region. Remember, this is the only cross-country in the Western region in the series. And then, of course, we have other 4 series. After this, we have other 4 series. We shall be heading to Iten. After Iten, we then move to Bomet County, and then Olkalau in Nyandarua County, and then end the series in Kisii County. Yes. So, and then after that, we are going to start the counties. The counties move to the regional level, and then of course we have the discipline forces, the police, the KWS. This time round I saw the Kenya Forest also, they have behind the calendar. So we have also the NYS, and then universities also in the calendar. and then after that we move to the nationals. And of course, in between there is the Great Chepsaita Run. Yeah, which has really attracted a number of athletes who are eyeing also to run and bag prizes in this event. It has good money. And I've also seen people from Mount Elgon looking forward to participate in the Chepsaita. I've been on ground, and I've seen so many of them trying to prepare for the great Chepsaita run. But we also want to thank the Athletics Kenya event for considering Kapsokwony as one of the places that is hosting these kind of competitions. We're also aware that we have so many coaches, so many scouts who will be looking for youngsters. You know, we have so many people that will also be taking this as an advantage of even competing with elite athletes. We also have elite athletes. I also told me that there was a Mzungu there. I'm not very sure if he's an elite or he's also just trying to gain some experience, but we are very much aware that such kind of events bring so many people. It brings coaches. We have coaches here, we have scouts, and we are expecting to see those that will be winning here even participate in international races, in the national races. We have seen, you have mentioned the discipline forces. Most of them even get an opportunity of joining the forces, and you see that one is an advantage. It's an advantage that will have been brought by these kind of events. In a way also the people of Mount Elgon, you see the dancers here, they are so happy, and it's also an opportunity even for business and for even people. I know you are not a resident of Mount Elgon, but I know you must be belonging to one of those communities that live in this place, and we are saying that welcome to Kapkugo, and we want to welcome so many people to this place in Mount Elgon. We are aware it's not only happening in Mount Elgon. You have said we had the first series in Machakos, and this one is just as an opportunity to all the regions. You know, we have athletes not only in Mount Elgon, not only in Iten, not only in Rift Valley. I've heard you mention Kisii. It will also be going in Kisii, Olkalau, and I want to thank the Athletics Kenya for considering all those places, and I think they'll be tapping talents and opportunities for those people that will be wanting to participate in such competitions. Oh, thank you, Abel. That is a good explanation. We normally call this place Kapkuka, you know, from my community. They call it Kapkuka, where our grandfathers came from, and coming and competing here today, seeing athletes doing well and competing well, I think it's a good thing. And well, of course, we are waiting for the under 20 junior men to start the race. As I said, there are 101, and most of the athletes, when they start the race, you'll see them sprinting 100 meters. Everybody jostling for a space so that they can be able to control the pace. And so we will be waiting to see who will win this race. Of course, we saw a lot of athletes competing in Machakos. They performed very well. And here today we want to see how the event will turn up. We started well on time, and getting into the second event. Of course, there are 101 athletes. And of course, maybe silence for the start there, or they want to start the race. They're almost start. Of course, off they go, and as I told you, we'll see them sprinting, and of course they are there, and there are 101 athletes competing here today. So we are going to wait and see how the race will unfold. Of course, it's a 2-kilometer loop, and they are going to run maybe 4 laps so that they can end the race. So let's follow up the race. as you can see, as I said, we are in the second edition of the Kapsokwony, that is the Kapsokwony cross country second series this year. And as you can see, as the pictures from the drone, the course is beautiful. The green grass has made it even more beautiful, and the athletes now are taking the first lap. And as you can see, the course here is from the drone. It's very nice. Look at that loop. It's very nice. Yes. What is the name of the school again where we are in? Yes. Yeah. And, so someone told me we are already atop the Mount Elgon, the mountain itself. We are already there.
We're already in the mountain.
Yes.
But to be realistic, this is where the slopes now start. We have not yet started climbing the mountain. We have the very farthest part of this place known as Chapkitale. That's the highest point of Mount Elgon. But right now, even is just where the slopes of Mount Elgon starts.
So does that mean that this is the high altitude here makes maybe athletes do well in training and compete well internationally?
Definitely, as you're also experiencing a very good weather, and such kind of weather, and even the terrain, the altitude of this place, it prepares athletes and even those that usually train in this place. They always emerge, they come out strongly as winners when they go and participate in these very competitive races. So coming from Mount Elgon and even training in Mount Elgon, I equate it to Iten. And it's a good place to train.
Yeah, of course. I was talking some time back with some athletes. They said they really want to train at home, but they are forced to go to Iten because of lack of training camps or where to stay while training. Yes. So they prefer going to Iten because of the large training areas in Iten. Yes.
In fact, the biggest problem that probably the people of Mount Elgon and athletes, those that wish maybe to participate in various races, we can confirm, and you have also confirmed that the weather is very good for such competitions. But facilities, our athletes lack the facilities to even train. We have seen the government, through the county government, trying to, we have an high altitude that the residents are still waiting. If it will be finished, it is in a place known as Chemoge, maybe around something like 10 kilometers from this place. That is the only place. That's the place I'm talking about. I'm now talking about high altitude in Chemoge. It's the place that maybe many athletes from Mount Elgon were expecting that they'll use that facility as a training camp, but it's almost 10 years and the facility is not yet complete. Maybe when it will be complete is when we'll start seeing even more athletes, because Iten is very far from this place, and it will need a lot of even finances to stay in those camps.
Yeah, of course, it's challenging for an athlete until he reaches a point where he gets a management, he or she gets a management. It's really tricky for them, and they need a lot of resources. And of course, looking at the leading pack, we have about 8 to 10 athletes packed together. So we don't know who will emerge the winner here and who will be able to break away fast. Meanwhile, of course, we are live, and people are watching us. Even I got a message from Japan. Someone is watching live, and she is happy that the race is happening right at home. Right. She comes from Mount Elgon.
Wow, that's very beautiful.
Yeah, and then of course you have someone from Netherlands, a coach, that is Bernard Rono. He's in Netherlands, and he coaches Faith Jerotich, who won the bronze in the 3,000 steeplechase.
Yes.
Yeah. So they are happy they are watching this race live. And of course, getting back to now the competition, of course, the first lap is done and we still have about 10 athletes competing, packed together. We don't know who will win, but maybe going through the calendar.
Yes.
This is the calendar, Athletics Kenya calendar.
Yes.
We say it, of course, this is a second series, and after this we are going to, on November 2nd, we'll be in Iten for the third series, and then of course the fourth series will be in Bomet.
Yes.
And then that is on November 30th. And then the fifth competition will head to Olkalau, that is in Nyandarua.
Wow.
And then the last series will be in Kisii, that is on January 4th. So in between here, we have the great Chepsaita cross country, which is happening on December 7th. And of course, remember, this is a World Cross Country Tour event. It's a gold level, and it has good money. It has attracted a lot of
sponsors.
athletes. Yes. The first edition was bronze level, and you saw how the turnout was. A lot of athletes came there, and most of the athletes who competed there, some of them went ahead to compete internationally. Yeah, so seeing these athletes competing here, we know they are making a mark.
Yes.
They are making a name, and they are going to also represent as well. So after the series, now we'll go to the counties, events. That is, of course, we'll start first with the KDF Cross Country Championships. That is on January 10th.
Yes.
That will be held in Langata, and then, of course, head to county cross countries across all the counties. Those who will be able to manage to host or compete in this event will be able to run on January 11th. And then on 17th, we have the National Police Cross Country at Ngong, that is NPS Leadership Academy. 18th January, the next day after the National Cross Country, the National Police Cross Country, we have the Universities Cross Country Championships at Kabarak University.
Will they be I think it's the first time the university.
No, they have been.
They have been participating.
Yes, they have been participating.
Wow.
It's only that sometimes they are not hard.
But we have this time they're on the calendar.
They are on the calendar.
Yes.
Even
they've always been on the calendar.
They have always been there. And then we have the Kenya Prisons. That is on 19th January at the Kenya Prisons Ruiru. And then we shall have the regional cross country, that is across all the regions. I think we have 14 regions across Kenya, and then we'll head to KWS. KWS, as I said, I think this is the first event for them, and then
it's now the very first
yes, and then
event for the Kenya Wildlife Survey Officers.
Yes, and then that is on January 25, and then we have the Kenya Forest. Another first, the same day. NYS the same day. They are all held in Nairobi. Then after that, now all these competitions, now after they've selected their teams, all the regions, all the disciplines process, they will now head to the National Cross Country Championships at the Kenya Prisons in Ruiru. Remember, national cross country is a bronze level event. Yes, so that is where we'll end. Of course, we'll not end the cross country season there, because we still have the Sirikwa Classic.
Sirikwa Classic cross country gold also.
Exactly. Wow. So that is happening in Lobo Village, Kapsokwony, in Eldoret, Kenya. It's a world
city.
It's a city. Yes, it's no longer a county. It's a city, and this is where most of the athletes live. So it's good to see athletes competing and preparing for this event, because you cannot just wake up one day and compete in a world level event. You have to gauge your performance. Yeah,
it must start from such events.
Yes, and as you can see now, the leading part we have. I said now they are breaking. We have a leading athlete here. They are breaking, and most of the athletes here, as I told you, most of the athletes are up-comers, and we are yet to know who is leading. But we have about 8 athletes who are following, who are in the leading pack, and then of course the others have now started breaking. We were talking about athletes who come from this region. Maybe who are these athletes? Maybe you can tell us some of them.
Yeah, Mount Elgon is a very blessed region. It's a very blessed region, and I think it's not by mistake that Athletics Kenya is holding such an event in this area, in this region, Mount Elgon. As I mentioned earlier on, we have Ben Jipcho, who is a legend Yeah, Ben Jipcho is a legend. He hails from this place, Mount Elgon. He was born in a very small village known as Cheptonon, which is again almost a 50, something like 50 kilometers from this place, Kapsokwony. Uh-huh.
I think charity. Maybe I think we have a prize.
Thank you. That is Abigail Chemnagei from Kipran. Amechukua nafasi ya tatu.
The second place finisher is Abigail. It's Alice Chemtai. Alice, she is also from Kipran. She finished second. She's receiving 20,000 shillings. Madam Mr. Samson Rotich, the Assistant County Commissioner, is being escorted by Elizabeth Kaitanyi, the chair for the Women's Safeguarding for the gender-based violence. And the number one is Dorcas Chepkemoi. She finished third during the ISF cross country, where she represented her category, which is under 17. She's happy to have won it here back at home. Over to you, Rotich and Abigail.
Charity, that was Dorcas Chepkemoi, who led from Gan to Tep to win the women's 6 kilometers under 20 race. And she was followed by Alice Chemtai, who took the second slot, with Abigail Chemnagei closing the podium. I think this Chemnagei is also a Mount Elgon name. Yes. I think they come from this region, and they knew what they were doing. They took advantage of home ground.
They have been preparing for this race, and they knew it's going to happen at home. And you know, a race that is happening from your home place.
Yes, you have to impress.
You must take the home advantage.
You have to run well. Yes. Thank you very much. So as we are waiting, of course, we are waiting for the men's race to the junior race to come to an end. Maybe I will take also the viewers and the listeners through the prize category. The juniors, men under 20, men and women, will go home 30,000. The winner will go home 30,000 richer, both men and women. And then we have 20,000 for the second position in both categories, 15,000 in third position, and then we have 10,000 from position 4 to position 10. And then going to the men and women's category, the 10 kilometer, that is the senior race. Category. Yes, we have winners will go home 50,000 richer, and then 40,000 for the second position, 20 that is 20,000 for the third position, and then 20,000 fourth, 15,000 fifth, and then 6th to 10th position will go home 10,000 richer. And then in the last, that is the 2 kilometers loop, we have 10,000 for the winner, 7,000 second position, third, that is 5,000, and fourth the same amount, and then we have from 5th to 10th position, they'll go home 3,000 richer. Abel, maybe I think this is a good encouragement for the athletes, because remember, they come from different areas. Maybe athletes coming from Kericho need somewhere to sleep, something to eat, and when you come here and win maybe 50,000,
whooping money,
whooping money,
50,000 Kenyan shillings. Hey, that's
you're
very
going home
interesting.
rich. You'll be able to take something home.
Yes.
After selling maybe your chicken.
After selling your chicken, even to register to participate.
Yes.
And coming to win 50,000 shillings. Even you'll be very happy to go home 50,000 rich.
Exactly. Yes. So I think this was a very good move for the Athletics Kenya to introduce this amount of prizes, and of course you also saw the athletes had to register via link.
Yes.
There's no manual things done nowadays, so it has to be digital.
We are really appreciating technology, and we want to thank the Athletics Kenya, because I think in a way we were able to even save time, and also to those participants that maybe will not have been able to get to the location prior the participation day, were even able to register and come and participate on the material day, which is a very good move. And we want to thank the organizers of this event for even appreciating to take us to the next level.
Yeah, I'm being told by my friend Amos that Alice Chemtai and Abigail Chemnagay comes from West Pokot and they train under Kipran. So we were wrong saying that they come from
but the
Mount
name, you
Elgon,
see
but
the
yeah,
name,
the
maybe
name
the
is
place
similar
that
to
they live.
this place. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And you
But
see
they
even
train in
Pokot.
Iten under the Kipran management.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we are happy to see them doing well. Also, of course, I told you earlier that even as the athletes now go for their I think this is the third lap. We have viewers across the world who are watching us.
Very
We have someone from Netherlands. I told you Bernard Rono is a coach to Faith Cherotich, who won bronze in at the Olympics marathon. Of course, at the Olympics, not marathon. Sorry for that, my viewers. At the Olympic Games, of course, she was running a steeplechase. Actually, in Team Kenya, she was called the last one. Because she's young,
so young, and,
tiny.
so tiny.
She managed to get a bronze medal in the steeplechase. So Bernard Rono is in Netherlands right now, watching us live.
We appreciate him.
Bernard.
Thank you,
Yes.
Thank you, Bernard.
And then, of course, we have also Diana Cherotich. Diana Cherotich is in Japan.
Wow.
She's watching us live, and she just says she's happy to see athletes running here because remember she was also at the world cross country team in Belgrade, where she competed in Belgrade. Yeah. I think she was in top 10. I remember.
Yeah.
Of course, I was in Belgrade and I saw them competing. So seeing them compete here again, I know we are making other athletes. They are athletes in the making.
Yes,
we are making other Dianas.
In fact, it's very encouraging even to these athletes that are participating to hear such names, even watching and following closely to what they are doing. You know, they even act as role models, you know, coming and even participating in such events. We have so many young athletes, even some are even participating for the first time. This one is their very, very first time to participate. And for them to know that they're being followed closely and they're being watched by even those that were also part and parcel of such events.
And of course, I can see the fourth athlete there is Alamisi. That is Andrew Alamisi. You remember Andrew Alamisi won a gold at the World Under 20, 5,000 meters.
Yes.
And he's in the leading pack. So I
think
that is his style of running because I remember in Lima, Peru,
yes,
he ran from behind and the Ethiopians knew that they were going to win that race. But yes, it was a surprise for them because he sprinted in the last few meters to win gold. And so seeing him running here today, of course, we talked earlier with him and he told me that he also wanted to compete here locally and gauge his performance and then see how he will be able to perform in the forthcoming races because he's targeting to compete internationally, of course, in the cross-country races. And I think we have a bright future in 5,000 meters. The Ethiopians have been beating us mercilessly in the recent years.
And that's why it's very interesting to have these such kind of events whereby you now come and tap the new talents because it's only through such that we can now get to have more men participating in the 5,000, which you have said it has always been dominantly dominated by our Ethiopian brothers, and we foresee a future whereby we'll now we'll be leading in such races. And we are so happy. We are so happy to see the likes of my brother participating in such events.
Yeah. Charity is telling me she is happy. She has seen Alamizi in the leading pack. Of course, they talked yesterday with Charity, and of course, I also talked to him on Friday. I think he was in Nairobi, and he told me that he was coming straight here to compete because he comes from this area also. And I think maybe the parents are here also to see their son competing. They could not see, they just watch him on TV winning in Lima, Peru, but they want to see him competing locally here today. And so I think they are here today with their family. They want to see how the race will unfold. And it's a good thing. And as we were talking about the events, the upcoming events, of course, it's a cross-country season, and we have the Discovery Kenya cross-country in January also. So these athletes, you'll find that they are trying to use these races, the series, the regionals, and maybe the nationals to prepare for this race. Remember, we have also, as I said earlier, we have two two events now. I think we are lucky as Kenyans because we have two world events, the World Cross Country Tour, gold level. Actually, there are two athletes competing and preparing for that event. It's very good. And the gold tours will also attract a number of athletes from international countries who will be able to come and compete. Remember, to be given a gold label, you have to have a number of international athletes who will compete here in that race. So this is just part of the preparation ahead of those upcoming events. And as you said earlier, we have four series coming up. Of course, this is the second one. We have the third one now will be in Iten.
10 will be leading to Iten,
and then
we'll be going to Olkalau and
Bomet, and then Olkalau, and then of course
finally in Kisii.
Yes. Yeah. So tell us about the high altitude.
Yes, the high altitude. Yeah, it's almost
You were talking earlier about the camp in Chemoge.
Yeah, we have a training camp in Chemoge that the county government of Bungoma, Mount Elgon is in Bungoma County, and this was a pioneer project of Governor Ken Lusaka, who later on became the Senate, the Speaker of the Senate. But right now, again, is the governor, and it was the expectation of very many locals from here, Mount Elgon. They are expecting.
Of course, you can see. Sorry, my friend.
Okay.
You can see that is a coach,
Eric
Gogo.
well.
Eric Gogo urging Alamisi to.
Yes,
to
actually
come
behind
on.
him.
Yes, he's just for a coach when your athlete is running, you're really restless.
It's very, as you can see.
Yeah,
he's not even. In fact, he even wishes to run closely behind him,
the athlete, literally wants
and
to
give
run.
him the techniques that maybe has been they've been using during training.
Yes.
And he's coming so well. He's coming so well. And yeah, I think that the leading group.
Yeah,
That is the leading.
That's the leading group.
Yeah, this is the leading group.
Andrew knows what he's doing here.
Yes.
Yeah, I will be informing you shortly who is the leading athlete. That is 12. I think that's
Bib number 1258. Bib number 1258.
Yeah, we shall be able to know.
Getting his name.
Yeah.
But it's building up so well.
Yeah,
the race is building up so well.
You see, he wants. Of course, he has now surged forward. Alamisi now goes forward. He's now going for. I think he's now going for the lead.
Yeah.
And I think it's this was the last lap. They are going.
Should be the last lap.
It should be the last lap, and
they're building up so well.
Yeah. So seeing him winning here today it's a good start for him because. It's a plus for him.
That one should be
going for a win. It's a sprint finish actually.
Very tough finish.
And as I told you, Alamisi is very good in sprinting, and of course he's the first one. He has won the race, and that is the world under 25,000 meters a gold medalist who has won the junior event today. So Alamisi goes home with
whooping.
Was it
30,000 Kenyan shillings? Whooping is finally
money.
It's rich.
Yes,
it's finally rich, and that's it's a very good gesture from the organizers of this event. And I'm saying bib number 1258 also. I think the coaches are just encouraging the athletes. They're trying to encourage the athletes. A competition that has built up very well. Alamisi has just won that race, and I think some of the athletes just are trying to compete the race.
Yes. Of course. As we said earlier, every athlete wants to impress.
Yes. In
fact, now seeing Alamisi impressing at home and winning this event today, coached by Eric Kogo. Eric Kogo coaches also someone like Daniel Simiu. Daniel Simiu was competing in Chicago. He was fifth. That was his first marathon race. Wow. He has a silver in world championships in 10,000. Wow. So I think we are waiting for Charity so that she can be able to hear from
Alamisi. Yes, the winner of this particular event.
Yes, and, I don't know if Charity, can you hear me? Okay, as we wait for Charity, I was saying Alamisi managed to win a gold medal that Kenyans did not expect because he was running from behind. And if you watch that race, the last few meters he managed to search for it and managed to win the race.
And Makio is competing with Ethiopians. They're all known for,
the
for
Ethiopians are so tough, and you know, I think it's of course they are training back at home.
Yes.
I have been fortunate enough to watch them train in Addis Ababa.
Yes.
And so that is why they normally do very well in this races.
You say that in Ethiopia they also have the same kind of event here in Mount Elgon, probably.
Yeah, they have a series of cross countries.
Yes.
Okay, maybe let's talk. Let's give Charity a chance to talk to our number one.
Yes.
Charity.
Thank you so much for teach. Our number one, Alamisi, is cooling down a bit, but I'm joined here by number 2, who is Cornelius Kosgei. Cornelius, mbio imekuwa vipi kwako?
Kwa upande wangu mimi mbio imekuwa fine. Ya, mimi nashukuru ndio yetu. Ndio ilikuwa tough lakini nashukuru Mungu ya. Ndio.
Sasa vile umeweza kuanza podium, matumaini yako hapo mbeleni hapo in future itakuwa gani?
Matumaini yangu yani nafanya zaidi ya hii na matumaini hayo. Ndio.
Mpango wako kwa hii season?
Mpango wa hii season mpango wangu hii season umepanga vizuri. Yangu tu ni macrosses ya. Matumaini yangu kimbia macrosses ya. Ndio.
Thank you so much and congratulations. You can have a seat. I'm joined here by number 1, Alamisi. Perhaps as we wait for the MC to lower the volume of his speakers. I'm also informed that the president of the Athletics Kenya, Jackson Tuwe, has arrived. But as we wait for you to come over here, I'm going to interview Alamisi. Alamisi, yesterday tukiongea ulikuwa confident leo utaweza kubeba in preparations kwa mazoezi yako ukienda kukimbia Italy. Ukasema leo unakuja kuangalia mazoezi imefikia wapi? Hesabu yako imefikia wapi sasa?
Sasa naona mwili sio mbaya sana. Ingawa ilikuwa almost ya mwisho kunishinda lakini leo ufumilia tu. Nimeona mwili sio mbaya sana. Sasa niko preparation mzuri ya Italy. Nalikuja kuona mwili filigo.
Vile una assess mwili vile iko sahi ukikuja uende vile sasa unaanza kujitayarisha kwenda for Italy kukimbia next month nini utaenda urekebishe kidogo kwa mazoezi?
Speed endurance ndio inaendelea kidogo. Asante.
All the best and congratulations.
Asante.
I'm also joined here by number 3, Edwin Santai. Santai, perhaps ukuje usimame hapa kidogo. Santai, race imekuwa vipi kwako?
Imekuwa poa tu.
Na umekuwa ukijitayarisha vipi kwa sababu kulikuwa na ushindani mkubwa hapo sana. Nini sana uliangalia kwa mazoezi yako?
Mazoezi ndio nilikuwa napiga tu.
Vile hii season inaendelea, tumeanza season saa hii, mpango wako ni gani?
Nataka nipige mazoezi alafu wanapoita huko nitakuwa nikimbia huko.
Thank you so much and congratulations. Those are the winners for the men's 8-kilometer under 20. We had the world under 20 world champion in the 5,000 meter, Alamisi, taking the first position. He was using this race to prepare for his competition that is slated for next month in Italy on 16th. And then we also had number 2, who was Cornelius Kosgei. He's saying that this is his first time finishing on the podium, and he's hoping that it's a good start for him, and it shows that the season has some good blessings ahead. And then number 3 was Edwin Santai. Edwin Santai also said that he did not expect to be among the top finishers, but he's happy so far with what he has achieved. Over to you, Rotich and Abel, as we prepare for the 2-kilometer loop for the men.
Thank you, Charity. Thank you, Charity. And of course, as you said, we have the president. The president of Athletics Kenya has just arrived in this place, and of course, he also wants to see the making of champions in the making. And of course, Abel, you were telling me about Kongit High School in this region.
So many students from Kongit.
Yeah. Of course, we saw them competing at the ISF cross country championships. I think this is just a start for them, so that they can be able to showcase their talent.
Actually, it's just it prepares them as a build-up.
Mhm.
It prepares them as a build-up for those races that will be coming later on. We saw them even participating up to the national level, even to the East African level,
Yes,
where they went and participated. I think it was in Uganda. It was
yes,
in Uganda.
yes, in Uganda, in
In
Bale.
Uganda,
Yeah,
yes.
where they
So,
performed so well.
They performed so well, and Kongit High School had, I think, 3 of the students. I'm not getting the names correctly now, but I'll be informing my listener. But they had 3 students
Yes.
that emerged winners from Kongit. So it's a school that is doing a great job here in Mount Elgon.
Yes.
Yes.
So the event actually, we can say it's nurturing talents, and of course, as earlier we've told our listeners and those who are watching that this event is used as a build-up for athletes who are preparing for various international races. Remember, the athletes are not competing only locally, but they are going to compete internationally. And most of these athletes are going to. It's a season that has started. It's a cross-country season.
Yes.
I'm glad to see even the Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya here, who are here today, so that they can be able to test athletes and because we want to eradicate this thing called doping.
Yes,
we
we must compete clean. We
Yes.
must compete clean.
Yes.
I want to make sure that every participant that participates is clean, and we get genuine results. We don't want whereby other people feel that maybe
We've
they've been
taken advantage.
disadvantaged.
Yes,
So Athletics Kenya and I think they are partnering so well with those real anti-doping agencies to make sure that our athletes compete in a manner that even when they'll be going even to international races, will be very clean and making sure that everything is okay. And
Yeah. Of course, we have to run clean and fair.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's no need to use these enhancing drugs, because we have good altitude that we can be able to train in.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Coming from Mount Elgon and such places, the terrain alone and the kind of weather that is in Mount Elgon should, if you've been training and if you've been working towards competing in such events, you should be able to compete clean and even emerge winners. And it's an encouragement to our athletes that they should compete clean. They should compete clean and make sure that they do not have such problems occurring to them. We have seen various athletes and even some from Mount Elgon. We have even had an athlete from Mount Elgon. I'll be getting his name to you, who is suffering from anti-doping.
It's really bad, because these athletes, when you go there, win, and then you're being suspended or being banned,
Yes.
you will be able to. You will not be able to. The drugs will take effect. It's really tough. So as we are preparing for the third event, that is the 2 kilometers women loop, 2 kilometers women loop, which we are expecting it should be starting shortly.
Bwana Homa Mugarisi, the Secretary, Western Region.
So we are waiting for the 2 kilometer race, to women's 2 kilometer loop to start.
Yes, you can see them very strong in the starting line.
Yes.
Very strong, and we'll be hoping that this one also will be a very competitive race. It will be a very competitive race.
There are 30
how many participants?
There are 30 number.
30 in number.
30 number, yes.
Yeah.
And
I think this one also will be building up so well. I think most of them here are competing for the first time. Most of them will be competing for the first time.
And also others, of course.
We have elite.
Yes,
we have elite athletes.
There are others who are using the race, maybe people like 800 meters athletes or even 1500.
Yes.
You'll find them competing in this race.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as we wait, we are still waiting for them to start. So as we wait, maybe there are people who are, I said earlier, who are watching us. And for those who've just joined us, we are in the second series in Kapsokwony. That is in Mount Elgon, Bungoma County. This is the Western cross-country series. Yeah, it's the only one in Western, of course. And the third one will be in Iten, Elgeyo Marakwet. That is in the North Rift region. And then we have the Bomet County. That is the fourth one. That is in the South Rift. And then we have Olkalau in Nyandarua County. And then the last one will be Kisii in Kisii County.
Yes.
And then
very beautiful. It's very beautiful to see this competition going to even those regions that many people view that maybe perhaps it's only in the Rift Valley where these events are always happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
So and I've seen them moving
diversify.
Yes,
but it has been a tradition, of course, starting from Machakos and ending maybe in Kisii.
And
maybe next time we need to take these events. Actually, I saw the North Rift region. North Rift region will be hosting their competitions in Turkana.
In Turkana.
Turkana County. That was a false start for the 2 kilometers, so they will start again.
Yes.
I think something went wrong there, so maybe we wait for them to start the race. And off they go. Beautiful race.
Beautiful start.
Yeah. And as I told you, in the first 50 meters, it's just a sprint.
Yes.
So that an athlete can take her position well. And you can see that these are so young athletes.
So young athletes,
young
very
athletes,
strong.
Yeah.
They're trying to manage their spaces.
And they're here to gauge their performances.
Yes.
Most of them are running even barefoot.
Yeah, they're even running barefoot.
Which shows that they come from
humble background. Most of them come from humble backgrounds.
Yes.
And such events even help the coaches. As we had said, we have so many coaches in this place. We have so many scouts.
Yes.
We'll be looking even to some of the best athletes, to maybe take them to camps. Most of these athletes will finding themselves even in Iten.
Exactly.
Yes.
You remember even Faith Kipyegon.
Yes.
She started running
barefooted.
Yeah, in her first race.
Yes.
And she won. And from there, you see now she's a three-time Olympic champion. 1500 meters.
And it's the dream of every. I know it's a dream of every athlete.
Exactly.
We can see some beautiful images on our screens.
Yeah. You see the green, green that comes out from those shots. It's a good place maybe to train in.
Yeah,
I think those are the leading athletes in the 2 kilometer loop. So seeing young athletes running today barefoot, this is a good start for them.
Yeah,
this is what the Talanta. I think the Talanta
Hella should now
be on the ground to identify and support these upcoming talents.
Yes.
Because this is where the champions are being made.
Yes.
This is where they are born, and this is where they start.
Exactly.
Before they go to the international level, they have to start somewhere.
They always start here. Most of them have started here, and it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity even for them. And you see, running barefooted, it gives. It motivates an athlete, and even a coach and a scout.
Exactly.
He wonders what is happening in the mind of this particular athlete.
Exactly.
And even to come and participate barefooted, where people are participating.
Yeah. So I think those are the winners. Maybe let's listen to Charity. So that is the third athlete who won that is we can call him a bronze medalist. Yes, second runners up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course Cornelius Kipkosgei is the second athlete who won in the junior 8 kilometers junior men. Cornelius Kipkosgei
receiving their checks.
His award, yeah.
They're going home rich, my colleague Rotich.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll be, and I think they're very happy.
Smiling,
They're going home smiling.
Yeah, maybe maybe apart from Alamisi, maybe this we don't know, but maybe someone sold chicken at home.
Yes.
And
Come and participate.
to come and run here today, and he's going back with some few money, some amount in his pocket. Yeah.
Very beautiful,
Of course, the gold medalist in
now.
Peru, Lima. This is a world under 20 champion. And I think he can still run in the junior category because he's just 18 years old. Yeah, so maybe
a lot of competition to participate in.
Exactly, and it's really encouraging seeing him win here today. I told you he runs brilliantly because he calculates his race well.
Yes.
You saw what he did. It was a sprint finish
because
he was just running from behind, and going for the tape is something he had planned for. That is what he did exactly at the Lima, Peru, during the 5,000 meters race.
So can we say it's now a technique that maybe his coach has been using to maybe train, and now is now using that on ground to make sure that make sure that uses the techniques that is being earned to him by his coaches, and even to come and win races. It's beautiful for the coach even to see that what he's been doing in training coming to pass in the field.
Exactly, that's a technique, because for these competitions you have to have some mathematics. You have to run well. And so, of course, we can see the leader here in the 2 kilometer lap, 11:87. We will be able to know whom she is, but I think we will be able to get.
We'll be getting the name in a few. We'll be getting the name in a few, and
to
you, a listener, we'll be letting you know.
So, and maybe just to a recap of the results today in the junior men category. Of course, we have Alamisi who won the 8 kilometer event, 8 junior men, and then of course we shall be waiting. Of course, Cornelius Kipkosgei was second. We are still waiting for the names, and then of course in the 6 kilometer under 20 women we had Dorcas Chepkwemoi, then Alice Chemtai. That is Dorcas from Western, and then Alice Chemtai from the North Rift, Abigail Chemagei from North Rift, Winnie Cheptek from Western, Ebra Chebet from Western, and Belinda Cheparit Lotuk was the 6th athlete. So as the 2 kilometers come to the final, the athlete 11:87, we are still waiting. I'm still waiting for my director to get the names, but we can see they are following one another so well. They're following one another in that order. The first, second, and third athletes going together, running together, almost in one loop, in one park. But of course, as we said, they will go home. The winner will go home 10,000.
10,000 shillings rich.
Yes, and then the second athlete will. I can see Charity. Let me hand over to Charity.
Principal of Kapsokwony High School, Mr. Jacob Otieno. Mr. Jacob, thank you very much for hosting us. I'd like to ask one question. How do you ensure that there is a balance between education and athletics?
Yeah, we usually give our boys an opportunity to train, especially after classes and over the weekend. Yeah, to be able to nurture those talents fully. Yes.
Thank you so much. We're going to talk to you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Principal Kapsokwony, was escorted by Philip Cornes of St. Paul's Kitui. Over to you, Rotich and Aben. here by the event director, Mr. Kennedy Tanui. Tanui, tueleze matayarisho yamekuwa vipi? It's a school environment. Have you been able to balance both education and also the athletics event that is being hosted here to ensure that there is a minimal distraction to the students?
First of all, preparations we started in earnest right from Monday, and we have been juggling. The goodness, the field is far withdrawn from the learning center, and we know that from Monday this will be an examination center, and we want to thank the principal. He has been very cooperative and has done much to support this event. We've done all the preparations in earnest. They closed the school in our favor early enough, and they gave us a very humble time to prepare the grounds. As you can see, the standards in the ground is very high. First of all, the altitude here is high, around 2,700 here, but as you climb up this way, it goes to 3,300 up to the peak of Mount Elgon. And you find out that it is one of the toughest courses. The attendance is very encouraging, the highest around right now, and we are recording over 700 athletes who have registered and picked the PIP numbers from here. And as you know, we closed registration yesterday. Today is just purely running, and they are here, all of them. They have reported all of them.
Speaking of closing the registration yesterday, what is how important is it for the athletes to pick their BIPs before the event for of the day?
Okay, as you know that we are operating under Category A of the watch list for AIU and World Athletics. The rules are changing every now and then. So the rule now requires that at the eve of the event, which is always the day before, we need to collect PIP numbers in person. The athletes should collect in person. This is one to facilitate, first of all, preparation for the event, ensure that there is sufficient materials for those who will participate the next day because of planning and all those logistical issues. Two is to facilitate our contact tracing, which we call in anti-doping targeted testing. It will facilitate it because we need to test them a day earlier before competitions and all those things. So the target tests from ADAC and AIU, they can be able to get their clients a day earlier before the event. Yes.
We successfully hosted the Machakos, the first series in Machakos. Now we are here in Kapsokwony Boys High School doing the second series for the cross country. We are now heading to the third one. Where will it be and what should we expect?
Our next stop now after Kapsokwony is Iten this coming weekend on Saturday, and we expect that it is another, it's another athletics rich region. And we are going to be hosting there one of the biggest again, just similar to this one. And we know that attendance, most of the people from North Rift could not access this far, so they are able to access Iten. All those from the Central Rift and the South Rift, Iten is very near, up to and including the Central region. They will be in Iten for that. So we expect a very tough competition again in Iten next weekend of the same kind again.
Thank you so much, and maybe your parting shot, maybe for the support staff, for the athletes and the athletes themselves.
What we want to ask athletes is, let's run clean. That is the first thing. Let's avoid doping cases. Let's be disciplined. Let's run. Focus it as a career, and it is a lifetime changing thing that will earn you a living. We want to ask also the coaches to stay faithful in their work and make sure that they produce clean athletes, and let's work hard. God has given us a talent, and that is what Kenya is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
That was the event director, Mr. Kenyan Athletics, telling us about the way they have organized the event. Now we have the 2-kilometer loop for the women going on. I'm handing you over to Rotich and Abel on the other side of the studio.
tafadhali mtangazaji wangu, kabla mambo mengine hujatangaza, do consultation. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni 10 kilometers, sio 2 kilometers. Thank you.
We corrected that one. We said it is 10-kilometer race, women race. Tafadhali. Thank you.
Also, 2 kilometers men, not under 20, but 2 kilometers men, mwende mreport mahali, mwende mreport call room, tafadhali. 2 kilometers men, not under 20, mreport call room. Thank you.
Bib number 1268, tafadhali nione. Bib number 1268, nione.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can see the race now has kick started, and it's picking up so well. It's picking up so well, and I think it's a technique this group is using when they get to a bit slopey area. They decrease their pace. They're picking up so well. They're picking up so well. This, I think, this is the leading group. Still strong, still strong. And I can also see Masit dancers from Mount Elgon. Bro Masai together with Silas Chai entertaining the crowd in this place that have come here to closely follow up on the race that is happening at Kapsokwony. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all that are following this particular live broadcast from Kapsokwony, Mount Elgon, Bungoma County. This is the second edition happening here. Masit dancers, the pictures that I'm seeing on my screen is Masit dancers from Mount Elgon. Masai together with Silas entertaining the guests. The race is building up so well. It's building up so well. It's building up so well. I think this one is still the leading group. Welcome, Mr. Rotich.
Yeah. Of course, seeing the pack is still together. They are packed together. We don't know who will win the race. We have a good. Of course, the senior women. This was the least number. We had only
34 participants.
34 participants.
Yes,
competing here. So. Of course, I've seen Relin. Relin is a specialist in half marathon.
Yes.
I don't know why. I think she was lined up to compete at the Valencia marathon, half marathon. I don't know what happened, but I can see she's among the leading. She's in the leading group.
Yes.
1337.
Bib number 1337.
Yes. I can also see a marathoner that is Delvin Meringor. Who represents Romania? She runs for Romania.
Wow, and she's also participating
in the leading pack.
Yes,
she was in the Olympics team and representing Romania, of course.
Wow,
but she trains here in Kenya.
And
she trains in Kapsokwony.
Oh, you know, it's so good to get an athlete that has even participated in the Olympics, coming back to participate on such
in a local race.
In a local race,
that's why earlier I told you.
Yes,
this race can bring anybody on board.
Yes.
Even the marathoners can use this race
to
gauge how the season will start. Maybe the season starts for them.
Yes.
I believe maybe in December she has a race to compete in.
Yeah.
Maybe she's now using this as part of speed work and maybe fine-tuning maybe hill work sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe, of course, coaches are listening to us, and I think they can agree with us that this race makes an athlete or builds an athlete ahead of the season.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you can see, those are nice sceneries from Mount Elgon.
Mount Elgon, the mountain of Elgon.
Yeah.
Kapsokwony.
So maybe as I told you earlier, we have people listening and following us
closely.
And I'm sure I'm happy because they're able to correct us. One or two things, and of course I told you Diana comes from Chepiuk, and let's wait. Maybe Charity want to talk to.
Chepiuk is still Mount Elgon.
Yeah, as we wait for Charity, I told you what is the daughter of the soil. She comes from Chepiuk.
Yes.
That is Diana Cherotich. She was fifth at the World Cross Country, the junior category. Where she bagged, she was fifth in the world in the junior category, and she now trains and works in Japan.
Yeah,
that's how champions are made.
Yes.
She's still young, but she's now in Japan.
She's already in Japan.
Have you been in Japan yourself?
Not yet, but not yet. You see, I wish I were an athlete. Perhaps I'll be wishing to compete and become the first person. And maybe compete in those races.
Yeah, so but that is where talent can take you.
Yes.
If you ask these junior athletes how many countries they've been to, you'll be surprised.
Most
because
of
running.
Passports are
almost full. They're almost changing to a new one.
Yes.
So it's really encouraging to see these athletes growing in these races, maybe starting from somewhere and finishing, of course, in the international level.
Yeah.
And Cherotich, of course, Diana Cherotich, she used to train with Agnes Tirop. No, not Agnes Tirop, but Agnes, may Agnes Tirop rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, Agnes Jebet Ngetich, those names are almost the same.
But these names are sometimes
Agnes Jebet Ngetich broke Agnes Tirop's record in 10,000, in 10 kilometers.
So it may tend to confuse sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was saying that they used to train together in Iten at the Ika Sports Management, based in Iten. That's Keche camp, and but they don't no longer train together. And I told you earlier, last year we had Agnes winning this race. Agnes Jebet Ngetich. She won this race here.
Yeah.
And she's not here today.
Yes.
Because she's competing tomorrow in Valencia Marathon, half marathon.
Yes.
Valencia half marathon. Remember, she's the world record holder in 10 kilometers. She's debuting.
Yes.
The Valencia half marathon course is a fast course.
Wow.
Are we going to see another record from her?
We're expecting.
Of course, she's still learning.
Yes.
But we expect a fast race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
With such of intense training, and as you can see this group, and she was part of this group, we're expecting to see great results tomorrow.
Of course. Yeah, I talked to her before she went, and she said that she's really looking forward to a good race. Yeah. She's still learning.
Yes.
And for her, she just wants to run a half marathon.
A great
it's
show
happening
of humility.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, those are about 7 athletes packed together.
Yes.
These athletes in orange, they are under one management. Those, men, we are colorblind, but I think that's orange.
Yeah, it's orange. It's actually orange. It's orange.
Yeah. So those athletes are they're running under a Rosa Association. Society Management. And then 1267 that I think she runs.
67.
Yeah, I think she is under the Keep Run Management. We have the ASICS athlete there. So they come from different management, and it's good to see them mixed. They are all mixed together.
You know, I'm impressed, Mr. Rotich. They were telling me that they are running under different managements, which therefore means that we have people that have come out so strongly to come and support such talents. To see them running under it means that in their camps they are well taken off. And even their trainings, they have even coaches,
facilities,
they are well facilitated.
What they eat. For you to be an athlete, it's not easy.
Yes.
So being taken care of, maybe you're under certain management.
Yes.
Of course, you also have to run well.
Yeah.
So that you can
expectations.
Exactly.
Even the
so
returns of the management.
You can get a ticket to represent that management.
Yes.
So I'm very sure the managers seeing, watching the athletes here today and seeing that brand, maybe Nike and the Rosa Society brand or ASICS, they are happy because they know their athletes are doing well and they are working hard.
And they are participating in the leading group in an elite manner.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, of course, you've seen now Relin, that is Catherine Relin. She's based in Kapsokwony. She trains in Kapsokwony under Coach Eric Kimayo. They call him Commando. Commando used to.
He's a tough guy.
He's a tough guy. He used to work. He was a KDF man.
Wow.
And they used to run. They worked with the National Olympics Committee of Kenya President Paul Tergat. So they used to call him Spanner number 7.
Wow. It's used for specific operations.
Yeah. So
you will have to look for Commando.
She trains under Commando in Kapsokwony.
Wow, great.
And of course, Eric also coaches the likes of Bridget Kosgei, the former world record holder.
Yes.
And you saw also the record, the women's marathon record went to another athlete from the same management. That is, after Ethiopia, it came back to Kenya to Ruth Chemgetich, who is also under the Rosa Association management.
How beautiful
so
is
it's good to see this. We are seeing records exchanging hands from Ethiopia going back to Kenya, again Ethiopia. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. That's just when they compete, you will see them exchanging leads. Ethiopia, Kenya, and now we have Ugandans. So and I'm sure there are Ugandans running here today.
Yes, you see, it's not far from here. You see, just some few kilometers from here, it'll be Cheptais will be in Cheptais, and we have another border there at the other end of Endebess. We have so many people from Uganda, and they come. It's near this place, and they've come to participate. They've come to participate even as a build-up, even to be seen by coaches, to be seen by scouts. I'm very sure many of those athletes that have come to compete here, most of them want to lead somewhere. They want to lead somewhere. And in one way or the other, such events have always acted as an opportunity for those that are working hard towards moving to the elite level and even going to participate in competitive races. Welcome, Mr. Rotich.
Yeah, I think Charity is, as we wait for Charity to take over the prize presentation, we can see now Relin is now taking the lead, and she has controlled the pace. Of course, Relin, normally she's not a sprinter.
Yeah.
But she loves maybe breaking in the last lap to take the lead, and I think she's doing some calculation here.
Yeah.
We can see also Relin
so close to her, and I think now this is a group of 6.
Let's move to Charity. Charity, over to you.
Glorious Chepchumba, she's won 5,000 shillings. And then we also have number 2 got injured. She's yet to come, but we have the first finisher, who is Vivian Chepkobus. Vivian Chepkopbus. She's from West Pokot. She's the first finisher. As we wait for number 2 to receive her first aid, she's being awarded by Abraham Mutai, also popularly known as Solo, the chairman for the North Rift. There is also Tanui assisting them. Over to you to Rotich as we continue with the 10 kilometer senior women race.
Thank you so much. Asante. Mbio ambayo inaendelea kwa sasa ni 10 kilometers senior women. Baada ya hapo tutakuwa na kitengo cha 2 kilometer loop men. Kisha baada ya hapo tutaenda kwenye kitengo cha 10 kilometer senior men. Kwa hivyo kitengo hiki kinaelekea kuisha. Thank you.
Yeah, we are in the 10 kilometers senior women's race. As you can see, the beautiful scenery there. Yes. That loop, it's very beautiful.
I'm now getting the opportunity of viewing Mount Elgon from that perspective, from the drone's perspective, and I never imagined this place is very beautiful, very beautiful. I think even our viewers from the end, they're getting to see these very beautiful scenes here from Kapsokwony.
Exactly. Those drone pictures are so nice, and you can see how the athletes are following each other. I think now they're in that mud section, some muddy section.
It's because of the impact that we're missing that place.
Yeah. We have about 4 athletes following one another. So this is beautiful. This is Mount Elgon. Yes. This is the high altitude region. Yes. And I can tell you I've seen a lot of people have turned up to see the champions in the making. I know they want to see how their daughters are doing well. We were talking about Relin, who trains in Kapsait. She is now in the lead. And I think Relin, she was to compete at the Valencia Half Marathon, but I don't know what happened. I saw her here today, so maybe it's travel documents. You never know, but I'm happy to see her doing well, and she's competing very well here today. She has been one time a pacemaker in London Marathon, where she paced Bridget Kosgei and Judy Kosgei, of course, Judy Korir in that race. So it's good to see her competing here today. And as we said, we are in Mount Elgon, the origin of athletics. You were telling me about athletes who come from this region.
I had mentioned Ben Gito, a guy that he used to run during the 1960s and the 1970s, born between 1943 and Mount Elgon. And he rose to fame. In 1968 Olympics that happened in Mexico City. Mr. Ben Gito rose to fame in the Olympics that happened in 1968, and he was actually a pacemaker for the great Kapsokwony
in that race.
1500 meters.
Yes.
And it's great.
Yeah, we can see now is the one leading here. And of course, Relin, and I think they still have one more lap to go. So I was telling you, Relin, she was in the team that competed at the World Athletics Road Running Championships in Riga, Latvia. So she finished third in a race that saw her compatriots Paris Chepchirchir and Margaret Kemboy take first and second positions. So she managed to get a bronze medal. So you can see we have an international athlete competing here.
Humility, it speaks a lot. You were telling me that maybe you're supposed to even to be participating in a race tomorrow, but sometimes it may not even be the documentation.
Yeah, exactly.
It may even be a technique.
It's the coaching technique. Yeah, but I think also maybe having come from Copenhagen Half Marathon in September, That was last month. I think she saw it why she could not go for another race, where I think she finished fourth. So seeing her here competing today is just part of fine-tuning her training, maybe for the next international race. And of course, we said there are a lot of road races coming up this season, cross-country mixed with the road races, and they want to run and impress in these races. So seeing Rolene here today is just, she comes from West Pokot, but trains under Eric Kimayo. Eric, I told you, we call him Commando. Yeah, and then we have the second athlete, who is R6 athlete. We will get her name, but she trains in Iten also. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's not very common
yeah.
in Mount Elgon to see such crowds.
Yes, yes.
Even during, I've been on ground, and even during those football matches, it's so hard. It's so hard to get even to see these fans here. But today I'm seeing so many people gather there in Kapsokwony High School, and this one is just a test. It's a testament that people from this region really love to watch the athletes. They love to watch this kind of marathon, and they're falling in love. Cross countries. I'm sorry for that.
And of course, my friend is telling me that of course. I saw Kwalia here.
Yes.
James Kwalia.
Yes.
He represented. He comes from this region.
This region,
and he used to represent Qatar.
Yes.
He used to compete for Qatar.
Yes.
We have the Masais, this family of
Masais. Yes, they hail from this place.
You have Linet Masai.
Linet Masai, Moses Masai.
And there was, I think, Daniel or something. There were about 5.
Yes, the Masais.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a talented area. It's a talented region.
Yeah.
Where we know many athletes have hailed from this place.
Yes.
So we can see now the two athletes are battling it out.
Yeah.
Who will emerge the winner here.
Yeah.
Of course, we've talked about Relin, who has a bronze medal for Team Kenya in the World Athletics Road Running in Latvia last year. Of course, the event is happening also next year. It normally happens after 2 years.
Yes.
So we are waiting to see who will emerge a winner here.
You are talking about the Masais.
Yes,
the Masai hails from this Mount Elgon, and we saw we have Moses Masai who won bronze.
Yes.
And that one is around in 209, which saw even Linet Masai winning the sister.
Yeah.
The sister became the world champion in the same event in 209. People from the same family. And it really influenced the people of Mount Elgon even to join the athletics field.
Yeah, they used to see people just running.
Yes,
but
just
I think the running from one family inspired them to join
really
athletics.
Inspired them, and it was very, very good to see even people from Mount Elgon winning in those international events.
Amazing. Yeah. So as we finalize, I think we are almost done with this race. We are remaining with 2 athletes who are leading now.
Yes.
This is Catherine Relin Amangole. That name is hard. Pokot name.
Pokot name.
She comes from West Pokot.
Yes.
And she has resilience. You see how she runs. And having competed internationally, I think she knows what she's doing, especially in such a races.
And athletes from West Pokot have always used this place, Mount Elgon, also as a place to come and win. They have been winning races, those guys from West Pokot, and it's a very beautiful thing to note because even I think it was the under 20, it was won by a lady from West Pokot.
Yes,
so it's a
good thing.
Yes.
It makes people work hard here now. We want to beat you. You're beating
home ground.
Your home ground. So they have to work hard so that they can be able to also impress.
Exactly.
Now the athlete now, Catherine has gone to second place. The athlete bib number 1345. We are yet to get her name. Has now taken the lead. But of course, they are still together, following one another. And of course, she trains in Iten. The leading athlete trains in Iten. I have seen her severally training in Iten. So basically, we are almost coming to an end of this race. and you can see there the coach urging the athlete to continue hanging on so that she can be able to win the race. Yeah, these are live pictures coming from Kapsokwony High School, Kapsokwony High School in Mount Elgon, where the second series of cross country is happening. A number of athletes registered. I'm told it's more than 500 athletes who registered to compete here.
Wow, and it was online.
Yes, and
very impressive now.
And it was online because everything now is digital.
Digital, yes.
Yeah. So seeing them compete at their home, here at Mount Elgon is a good thing, because I think they are also preparing for international races, as if we said.
They're coming up so well. The two ladies are coming up so well.
Now going for I think this is the last lap now. This
should be the last lap, and I'm seeing them trying to increase. Now I think that one should be it should be finished now. That one should be the last lap for them. And I see the two ladies now. We'll be having a winner. We'll need to have a winner.
We'll get a winner
yes,
here
get a winner from the.
Yeah, and of course, if I can mention some few names from Mount Elgon who competed in various races, we have a number, about 70.
Very many.
Yeah, so we have Ben Kipcho, who of course may rest in peace.
Legend.
3,000 meters. Erastus Kemei 5,000. Jumandiwa did 800 meters. Cheminingwa 10,000, and then Eunice Kae 10,000, Andrew Masai 800 meters, Shem Kororia 10,000 meters, Martin Tirongo 10,000, and then we have Geoffrey Kiminyi 5,000, Philemon Rotich, he was a pacemaker, then Stephen Chemline 10,000, Solomon Bushendich 10,000. Suleiman Simoto 1,500, Edith Masai, we talked about Masai 5,000 meters and cross country. Of course, we have the daughter of the soil, Milka Chemos. The athletes representative. She comes from this region. She did 3,000 steeplechase. Ines Chenonge, and that is 5,000. Doreen Changeiwa 10,000. Leonard Komol,
just from this place. No,
exactly.
Very few meters from here.
2 years ago, I think he competed here. I saw him. And then we have Janet Kisa. And then we have Sylvia Chesebe, 800 meters. She works with the prisons. Valentine Mateko, 5,000.
Mateko hails from Kongit.
Yes. And of course the brother. We have the brother also.
We also have the brother. They're doing so well.
And the brother is competing tomorrow at the half marathon. The Valencia half marathon. Yes. Then we have Eric Ndiema. And then Cornelius Kapsi. Well, we have a lot of names.
We have a lot of household names.
Moses Masai.
Yes, Moses Masai.
Peter Wekesa. Now, of course, plus Bungoma County.
You know, Bungoma County. Even here in Kapsokwony, those people are from here, Mount Elgon.
We have Ruben Amimo, John Enzra, 400 meters. John Situma, 400. Eunice Kadogo, 100 meters. Valerie Daliro, walk. Monica Akoth, walk. And then Peter Wekesa. There are so many, about 70 athletes
from the mountain, from the region.
It's called Bungoma County.
Bungoma County.
Now we've seen Relina has taken the lead.
Yes.
She is also taken the lead again. Remember, I told you Relina is the
she's an elite. She's an elite athlete.
Yes. She has done a lot of competitions. Becoming a pacemaker in a race, a major marathon like London Marathon. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
You have to be in good shape and good form. So seeing her competing here locally today is an inspiration to the upcoming athletes that they need to work hard to get into her shoes. So she also has a bronze medal in the World Road Running Championships, which happens normally after 2 years. And maybe
even in terms of experience to the local athletes, even just running with less, it's great.
Exactly.
How is it to when you are competing with a person that you know she has competed in international races, and maybe for you it's maybe even your first time you even competed competing barefooted. It's an even just to being in the same competition factor with the champion.
When you go back home, you'll say I was competing with a champion. I saw.
It's a good thing.
I talked to so and so.
Yes, I even had the opportunity of greeting her.
Yes, that's
so it's
true.
Good.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's good to see her encouraging and inspiring the upcoming talented athletes. I can see the members of press, they are trying to to rush to the finish line so that they can be able to get
clear
pictures of the winners.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a good event. So far, we are almost there. We have 2 more events to go. The 2 kilometers men's loop, which I told you, Wanyonyi said he will be competing. I want to see how he'll perform today. Maybe he has eaten a lot of mursik and ugali. You know, they are coming back from an off-season after competing at the Diamond League. You know, he won the Diamond League. So he has been at home. Recently, I managed to meet him at his home with the mother. So I think he's trying to shake off some weight that he has added after eating some ugali at home.
But the good thing is that mursik is an energizer. So we still hope that he'll be doing great. Doing great.
Yeah. So let's see how the race will unfold, because I think we have some few meters to go. And the crowd is really,
and these people are still coming. They're still coming. We have people as far from Cheptais, as far from Kopsiro, as far from Kaptama.
Those are the names of Mount Elgon.
Mount Elgon. Yes, Mount Elgon. Those are divisions in Mount Elgon.
Amazing.
And they're all gathered there, and even some have their teams and some have come to participate.
Amazing.
And it's great to see them running at home.
Yeah. So the 2 athletes are still packed together. They are still the first and second position just in the same, we call it pack. So I don't know if this will be a sprint finish. And I think they've started increasing their pace.
They're increasing their pace.
And I think the second athlete is just doing some calculations there. And there she goes. She goes, but Relina has refused. She has refused. She's still leading.
And making sure that
you can hear the crowd shouting.
The crowd is shouting and
they're cheering them. Yeah, they're cheering them to go for the finish line. You see? So Catherine has refused now, and the second athlete has gone. My producer has refused to bring this name, but we will be able to get to know who the winner is. I told you it will be a sprint finish. Wow. This is tough. Wow, and she really hung on, waiting for Catherine. You see now, that's the second Catherine finishes second.
Very great technique.
She's
been just behind her.
She's sharp.
Very sharp.
Just like what Alamisi did.
Exactly.
That is the technique.
I told you. A coach, we should be getting to know.
I don't think. But we will get to know who coaches are. Maybe we'll get to know from Charity. And that was a good race. That we have experienced there. It's not a joke running. That is Delvin Meringor finishing. I told you she represents Romania.
Yes.
We have an international athlete here. Yeah. Not from Kenya. But of course she trains here at home. She trains in Kaptagat. But representing Romania.
Yes.
They are I think they are about 3 to 4 athletes who are representing Romania.
And they are at Kapsokwony.
But we have one only competing.
But she'll be representing.
She competed at the Olympic Games marathon. I think she was. She was either top 10 or top 12.
Yes.
I remember seeing her. The athlete finishing 12:67. They are trained in E10 also under the Kipran management. And then we have the Rosa Society athlete. I told you when you see an orange, that's an athlete from the Rosa Society.
Bib number 1338. A member of the same management.
We also need to if the elite athletes, the senior women are watching this event, we need to also challenge them, tell them to tell us why they are not competing here, because they are the least in this event, because they were only 34. When we have a lot of athletes competing in that event, in those other events. I can see also my good friend there, John Korir. John Korir is the Chicago Marathon winner.
Yes.
He's standing there in the middle. I think he came also here to support some junior athletes, which is really encouraging.
Very impressive.
John Korir won Chicago 2 weeks ago.
Just 2 weeks ago. And
when Ruth Chemgetich broke the women's marathon world record.
Yeah.
So I think she's here to give support to the athletes. Charity, if you can hear me, I think if you are ready for the interviews.
Won the Machakos, the first series in the one that was held in the at the Machakos Teachers College. Maureen, siri imekuwa gani? Umeshinda Machakos, umekuja hapo ukashinda pia, siri ni gani?
Siri ni mazoezi. Kucooperate na discipline. Yes.
Ni nini umeanza kufanya tofauti season? Last season ulikuwa umetulia kidogo, lakini sasa tumeona umeanza kuibuka tena.
Last season nilikuanga bado junior. So nikaingia senior kidogo, ndio sasa nimepata experience kiasi. Yes, na coach pia ndiye amenisupport kidogo.
Una training ya upande wa senior? Kambi yako imi?
Mimi na train camp ya Kipchiloi, iko saidi ya Kaptagat, na coach ni Emmanuel Kipkoech. Yeah.
So kutoka hapo hii season tunatarajia nini kutoka kwako?
Mimi najipangia ni hii team ni join team ya Tokyo 2025.
The event gani kwa track?
Track ni 5,000. Halafu cross ni 10k.
Okay. Thank you so much and congratulations. I'm also joined here by the second finisher, who is Catherine Lele. Catherine, jana tulikuwa nawe bado, ulikuwa umekuja na kikosi yako, wenzako wameperform aje pia?
Wenzangu waliperform mzuri, si mbaya, waling'ang'ana. Jana tulikuwa safari refu kutoka Kapsait mpaka hapa, tukafika salama, ndio tumeperform mzuri. Nilikuwa na prepare kule Valencia, kufika katikati nikashikwa na injury, nikaanguka kwa speed work, sikuweza kufika Valencia, nikasema wacha niende speed work hapa. Yeah.
Na so far vile umekuja hapo ukafanya speed work, umefeel aje?
Nimefeel well, si mbaya. Nimeona mwili si mbaya, si kama last week. Yeah.
Nimeona umeweza kukimbizana, ulikuwa unaongoza Maureen kidogo Maureen akakupita. Nini ilikuwa inaendelea kwa akili yako sasa?
Nilikuwa natarajia kushika number 1, lakini sikuweza. Yeah.
Okay. All the best. Hii season tunatarajia nini kwako?
Natarajia performance nzuri. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations. I'm also joined here by number 3. Number 3, she's called Bavin Mary Ann. Belvin Mary Ann, pole Belvin. Aha. Imekuwa vipi kwako?
Imekuwa mzuri. Sikutiwa nilikuwa naomba top 3 lakini nilipata. Sasa niko na furaha.
Vile umepata top 3 inakumotivate aje?
Ilikuwa imekuwa muda nikikimbia cross country from 2019 mpaka leo. So na prepare European cross country. So nikasema wacha nipeleke mwili hapa nione vile iko.
Kwa hivyo race yako ni Europe country gani?
Romanian. Yeah.
Nini?
Tutakuwa Antalya. Turkey. Yeah.
Na sasa hii season tunatarajia nini kwako?
Tunatarajia kuleta medal.
Tutakuona pia kwa track?
Sitaweza track. Yeah.
Okay, all the best and congratulations. Okay. Those are the winners for the women's 10 kilometer. We had Maureen Kipkoech. She won at the Machakos Teachers College, where we had our first series last week. And then she was followed by Catherine Lelin, who is just fresh from an injury. And she's saying that she's feeling well. She came here to test her speed work and she's comfortable with it. And for Belvin Mary Ann, she's saying that today she really wanted to get the top 3 and she's happy that she's been able to make it to the top 3 and she's hoping that it will be a fruitful season for her. Over to you, Rotich and Abel, as we proceed to the 2 kilometer senior men event.
Thank you, Charity. Actually, she is called Delvin Meringor. Delvin Meringor. She represents Romania she represented, of course, Romania in marathon, and she's a good athlete who has done cross country for many years. And as you've heard, she said that she's looking forward to a great season. And of course, going back to the winner, Maureen Chepkoech. Actually, she's the winner in Machakos. She won the first series. So winning again here, and of course now the third series is going to Iten. Will she retain a title again? Will she win again? But remember, Iten is the home of champions. Everybody is there. There are those who could not manage to come here today, but they went to. They'll be able to go to Iten and compete in that race. So we'll wait and see if they will do well.
But if she wins in Iten, then definitely the whole series will start maybe to say that probably
she will take all the series.
After home of champions, if we miss a winner from the home of champions,
it will be
then
bad.
Probably we'll start to
Yeah.
ask ourselves questions. What about it?
Yeah, I
What
know.
about in Kalau?
I know. What about in Bomet? So I think we were talking earlier about as we wait maybe for the 2 kilometers, the men's race to start, where we are expecting to see, of course, upcoming athletes competing here today also. We were talking about seeing the senior women.
Yes.
We have a very
Very
few
few,
numbers.
in terms of numbers.
Very few. There are so few. What happened? What happened to these athletes? Where are they? Where are they? We can't see them. I hope in Iten they will be able to increase this number, because having only 34 competing here today,
Yes.
with the other categories,
Other disciplines,
like the under
with
20
over
women, we
118.
had 101. And then
Under
men,
20 men, 118.
and then we have the senior men 112, and of course off they go the 2 kilometer loop.
Very strongly, everyone trying
they're
manage
jostling
their
for space, and then we'll see maybe who will be able to emerge the winner here today. So we were talking about the participation.
Yes,
Maybe
in
it is a
terms
challenge
of-
to senior women.
Yes.
Maybe they need to go to the.
Are they
You may attend.
Are they
Are they
few?
Oh,
Or the competition has become
Maybe
so
this is a challenge also to the coaches.
Yes.
Tell us, coaches, where are
What's
these
happening?
athletes?
Yes.
Those athletes that you are coaching, where are they?
Where are
Because
they,
the senior women, most cases, even last year,
It's
I
a
think
very
there were so
serious
few
category.
here. Yeah.
And it's a very serious.
And you know, this is a sensitive area, because we need athletes who will be able to take over from those who are retiring.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm happy because we've seen athletes who've continued with consistency. They are still running for very many years.
Yes.
A good example is Edna Kiplagat.
They have made sure that they're in the space.
Exactly. She's still running in marathon.
Wow.
And she's about, I think, 43 years now, but she's still doing well.
Yes.
Always finishing top 10.
Could that
in
be
marathon.
the reason why we are not even seeing new upcoming? Because now she's not seeing many people coming.
Yes,
to join the field.
exactly. So she continues
yes,
running and doing.
yes,
Of course, I think that
yeah.
inspires her
Yeah.
to continue running and
Yeah.
doing well.
Yeah.
So I think it's a challenge to our athletes
Yes.
to join and maybe also follow their footsteps, because
Yeah.
this is a talent. Yeah. Okay. Charity, I understand you are with John Corrie, the winner of Chicago Marathon. Maybe over to you.
Yeah, I finally managed to get hold of him. He was just watching the race here. He had brought some athlete. John, una enjoy likizo kidogo?
Kwa sasa naenjoy likizo kwa mwezi moja, alafu ndio nirudi gym, alafu nirudi mazoezi.
Ulikuwa unatarajia kwenda kushinda Chicago Marathon?
Kwa mimi nilikuwa shape, ndio nilikuwa najua, lakini sikuwa najua nita win. Nazo nilikuwa naenda tu kuparticipate na kuona kama nita win na nikamake.
Na uli drive inspiration gani kutoka kwa brother yako Wesley Kore?
Wesley Kore aliniambia wewe jiamini na uamini Mungu na uamini mazoezi yako na utaibuka kuwa mshindi.
Sasa ukirudi mazoezi tunakutarajia pengine kwa race gani? Ni gani na kupea motivation ya kwenda kukimbia?
Kwa sasa sijajua, lakini kwa akili naweza rudi Boston ama niende Tokyo. So naongoja niambiwe, bado sijaambiwa.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
That was John Corrie. He just won the Chicago Marathon. He's saying that he's about to resume his training in a month's time. He's hoping that maybe he'll get an invite to go for Boston or Tokyo and be able to compete among the international athletes. Over to you, Rotich, as we continue with the 2 kilometer loop race for the men.
Thank you, Charity. Seeing John Korir here today, motivating upcoming athletes is a good thing, and he ran so well during the Chicago Marathon. I can see Abel Kipsang in the leading pack. Yeah,
It's a neck to neck.
Abel Kipsang comes also from this region, so he wants to impress also at home. Yeah, I haven't seen Wanyonyi, but I think he's also.
And you see it's a neck to neck battle.
Yes. The 1251 athlete, I can't remember his name well, but he also won at the ISF cross country championships. I think he is a student also. He must be. I think he must be a Form 4 student. He now leading. He's in the leading. He's the one leading. And seeing the juniors doing well, very well here. I think he comes from a school in Iten. It should be. I think it should be St. Francis Kimuron. He is a student there. So seeing these athletes doing very well here, I think it's an encouraging thing.
It's very, very encouraging.
And the scouts are here. They are looking for talent.
Plus even the fans and Kenyans at large.
Exactly.
It will be a plus in the future competition because, and then we have very youngsters that we can bet for them because of the future.
Exactly, that's true. Now we have 5 athletes who are leading now. Kipsang being in 3rd position. It's a good show. Look at the pictures from the drone. Beautiful. Mount Elgon is really look at the drone. Yeah. It's. I think now they are now coming to finish the race. They are coming to the finish, to the last meters of the race, and we'll be able to see who will manage as the winner. It has been an amazing race. You see now that is where.
Now that one is the finish.
Yes. And who is the winner? Well, I told you the ISF champion guy. This is so. This is so impressive. Abel Kipsang, of course, finishing top 3. Yeah. So the race is good. The race is good.
It's been a tough one.
Exactly.
I think that also. I think their time is also matters. Time. I hope they're also hitting their personal best
in that. Yeah, exactly.
We really hope.
Yeah, of course. And as we said earlier, these athletes are using these races to fine tune and train. As you've had, there was an athlete who said Meringor who was that. She said she came here as part of speed sessions because being that she's representing another country, maybe they have other events there. She might be forced to represent her country in a cross-country event, which is coming up in the next season. So she has to compete here. Competing in Kenya is tough.
It's very tough.
Yeah, competing with Kenyans is a tough affair. Everybody is good. Everybody is good. In fact, I'll challenge you to watch, for those who are watching this, I'll challenge you to watch the E10 race because that is where all the athletes are. And we'll be having athletes coming from South Rift, all those areas, Machakos, international athletes who are there. We have foreigners who are training in E10. And they will be happy. They will be happy to compete at a place we call Home of Champions. With the best. Yeah, with some of the best. Yeah, so it's good. It's good to see. It's good to see these athletes doing well here. Yeah, as we wait maybe for the winner, who is also the ISF cross country champion.
Still at Kapsokwony, this is Kapsokwony, Bungoma County, the second.
Charity is telling me that she's ready. Maybe Charity take over.
Thank you so much, Rotich. I'm joined here by Fanwell Coach. Fanwell won the ISF under 18 cross country event. Funwell, mazoezi imekuwa vipi? And na umeweza kubalance aje considering that you're a candidate also in Form 4?
Kwanza kabisa ningependa kushukuru Mungu kwa kunipea ushindi wa leo. Si kwa nikijua kama naweza win juu sijitrain tangu nitoka under 20. Sijatrain, ni masti naendanga tu jioni peke yake mazoezi juu asubuhi siwezi pata hiyo time ya kukuja mazoezi juu ni class. So sahi nashukuru Mungu kabisa. Juu hata principal aliniambia unaenda kuweza kweli, nikaambia naenda kuweza. Na nashukuru Mungu amenipea ushindi.
Jana ulikuja na wenzako kutoka Kimoron High School. Ungependa kuambia nini katika hii safari ya mbio?
Ni wenzangu wa St. Francis Kimoron wenye tulikuja wote na wenye tuliacha. Naambia tujikaze na hii maisha hakuna shortcut, ni discipline tu.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. We also have number 2 who is Regan Kibet. Regan, matayarisho yako yamekuwa vipi? Mbio ikuwa rahisi?
Ndio ikuwa rahisi, lakini mazoezi nimefanya imekuwa ikinisaidia.
Kwa hii season tunatarajia nini kutoka kwako?
Kwa hii season natarajia kukimbia hizi AK meet niingie top. Yes.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
We also joined by the world indoor bronze medalist Abel Kipsang. Abel also finished 4th at the Paris Olympics and also during the Budapest. Abel, motivation yako ya cross country hii season ni gani? Tukiangalia tunaelekea Tokyo saa hii na pale mbele 1500 ni moto sana.
Nimeamua kuanza na cross country sababu nimekuwa off season. Mwaka jana sikufanya mzuri, ndio maana sikwenda Olympic. So next year na target niende World Championship. So niko na build up kwa cross country.
All the best and congratulations.
Asante.
Thank you so much. The first winner was Funwell Kibet. The first winner was Funwell Kowech, and then number 2 was Regan Kibet, followed by number 3, who is Abel Kipsang. Over to you, Rotich, as we head to the men senior 10-kilometer race.
Thank you, Charity. If we are now going for the last event, that is a 10 kilometers senior men. Silence for the start. They want to start.
Very, very many participants in that particular.
Let's wait for the start. That is the lineup for the 10 kilometers senior men's race. They are almost starting. Silence. We need to keep silence for the start. Remember, we have 112 athletes, and off they go. A beautiful shot there from the drone. And as I said, the first 50 meters, you'll always see athletes sprinting and jostling for positions. Yes. And this one, we have 112 athletes competing here today. Well, Abel.
Yes.
We are almost there.
Yes.
We are almost finalizing
the
day.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Funwell. Funwell, the winner of 2 kilometers loop.
Yes.
He's a student at St. Kimoron.
Yeah, in
St. Kimoron, St. Francis
Kimoron.
Yes. In Iten.
Iten, yes.
Now,
a
Form 4 student.
Yes.
Beating the other athletes.
Yeah.
And of course, I think also the altitude thing now helped him to do well here today.
Yeah.
And seeing a student doing so well here, and of course he'll be going back to sit for his final exams. He has a bright future.
Yeah.
Remember, he also represented Kenya at the World Under 20 Championships in Lima, Peru.
Wow, very impressive.
we are seeing an impressive performance.
Yes. From a very young guy, and dominating even the senior category. It's very, very impressive to.
Beating an indoor athlete,
Yes.
indoor championship athlete like Abel Kipsang.
Kipsang.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Yeah.
He has a bright future, of
Yes,
course.
and Makiu Abel Kipsang is at home ground advantage. Yes, so
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's a great thing to him.
So you can see the beautiful scenery there. The pictures are so nice. Look at that loop.
Wow.
This is 100
numbers.
the numbers, yeah.
118.
112.
112.
Registered athletes who registered to compete here today.
Yes.
Look at how they are going.
Wow.
And of course, I was asking some coaches sometimes the technical part. I was asking them, why don't we have a wider loop? And they told me those are the rules that have been set for cross country.
Yes.
The measurements are standard. So it's up to you to get your right position and maintain the pace and see how you'll maybe finish that race. So we still have a large group of athletes packed together. Of course, it's a long chain. We'll wait and see if after maybe 3 laps, we'll wait and see if they will break.
Yeah.
That is separating men and the boys.
Horses and donkeys. Horses and donkeys.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It has been a good event. We are in the final part of the second series of Athletics Kenya cross country.
Yeah.
I can see the photographer there, the Daily Nation photographer,
Yeah.
standing strategically to get clear pictures, nice shots.
Best shots.
Jared Nyataya.
Yeah.
And of course, we have various media houses who are here today to make sure we get to know and talk to these champions, because it's so sweet when you are where the champions are being made.
Yes.
So sweet.
Very beautiful.
When you see them winning internationally.
Exactly.
Like we've seen somebody like Relin running here today, or Maureen, who won the Machakos on this event today. Seeing her winning internationally, you will say, I was there in Kapsokwony when she was winning.
Yes.
So it's so nice, and it brings that
you
joy.
actually become the part of success.
Yes, exactly. Of course, they say success has many fathers.
Yes.
But I think we can also be grandfathers of
success.
Yes. Yeah. So as the men continue, maybe we can also take the viewers through the calendar or what we expect.
Yes.
Of course, we say after this event we are going to E10 for the third series.
Yes.
That is where we expect to see even a larger group of athletes competing.
Yeah.
And of course, we now we can see the pack is still together.
Yeah, the pack.
We still yet to know who is leading. But after E10, we will be moving to Bomet County, that is in the South Rift. Yes. So we will also see some athletes competing there.
Yes.
Those who didn't manage maybe to come for the first 3-4 series,
they
did not. They get an opportunity to compete there.
Yes.
Now moving from Bomet to the next will be Olkalau in Nyandarua. Nyandarua. Now those athletes maybe in the central part region will have a feel of what, how to feel.
And I think Nyandaro is also a very great place to compete.
Yes,
the weather
yes, it's a high altitude.
It's a high altitude.
Yes.
And I think the organizers of this are very specific. They know what they want. They know what they want to achieve.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then of course we have Kisi.
Yeah, and Kisi also.
Yes, the last of course series.
We have great people from Kisi, the likes of Helen Obiri.
Yes.
Yes.
They came from Kisi.
Yes.
We have Isabella Uchichi, who the retired Isabella Uchichi.
Yes.
We have Mary Mora.
Mary Mora from
world
Kisi.
800 meters champion.
Yes.
So we have very good athletes also coming up from that region.
Yes.
And taking maybe this event to that place is an advantage to other athletes who will be able to say, I want to be like Mary Mora.
Exactly.
I want to be like Helen Obiri and the other athletes.
Yes.
And then, of course, now we'll have all the counties. Maybe those who did not get an opportunity to compete at the series will now compete in the counties. And the county levels now will select a team that will head to the regional level. Now, the North Rift region is this interesting.
Yes.
We managed I managed to cover the 2019, I think 2020 cross country North Rift region,
Yes.
which was held in Turkana.
Wow.
Now Turkana,
a very dry area.
yeah, very dry and very hot.
Yes.
Now Turkana is associated with those kind of temperatures.
Yes, yes.
But this event was held very early in the morning.
Yes.
The junior categories, the first two categories were held very early in the morning at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
And now when the sun was up now, almost 8 a.m.
Yes.
Everybody went back to
their camps,
their place of hotels there they're staying. And then we came back to the course at 5 p.m. in the evening.
In the evening again.
I'm telling you, it was really wonderful. It was a wonderful event. Now there's no grass there.
Yes.
Like you run in sand. So that is why they did not manage to run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. because the sand becomes very hot. Very hot. True. So it was really interesting. And I understand this year also.
And unique.
And unique, of course.
Yeah.
I understand also this year they are going to compete in Turkana. I have to go there. I will not miss it.
Yeah.
So of course that is the regional level.
Yeah.
And then after the regional level, we have now the national event, which will now bring all the teams from all the regions. I think we have 14 regions.
Yes.
And then the discipline forces. And then they'll all meet at the national level.
Levels.
So that is next year, January.
Yeah.
It's next year in February. That will be on 8th February. The national event is a bronze level event of World Athletics.
Wow.
And now, after that, in between here, we have, of course, the Chepsaita Great Run. And then, of course, we have the
Sirikwa Classic. Cross country, and it's a gold level.
It's a gold level.
Wow!
And it's that's what I was saying. As Kenyans,
as
Kenyans, we are very lucky because we have two gold level events.
Yes.
In Africa.
Yeah.
I think those are the only ones in Africa. I think there's one in Botswana,
but
this one we have two gold levels in Kenya. And we must be very lucky. And of course, this is because we
also deserve.
Of course, we deserve because we have a lot of athletes, and that's why we now go back and say we have to maintain running clean.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. That's why we even have the anti-doping agency present in this field of Kapsokwony High School today to make sure that those that will be competing are competing clean and make sure that everyone is happy with the results. Everyone goes home happy. Everyone, everyone in one way or the other, everyone will be very, very happy to participate in an event whereby they have known it was a clean run and everyone was participating within their own level without any other material.
Yeah, of course. And this is a challenge also to those who are going to compete maybe the next weekend.
Yes.
After here, we are heading to E10.
Yes.
That is the next race. That is on 2nd November.
Yes.
Are you going to be a winner there?
Yeah.
Those who maybe would not come here and they are training, maybe are you preparing for this race that is coming home?
Yes.
So athletes from Kaptagat, all those areas, Kapsawar, Kapsait, Kaptagat, and then we have, of course, Kapsabet, the South Rift, Kericho, Bomet, all those athletes, Nyahururu, who would want to compete in this event.
Yes.
Are you going to impress in this race?
Yes.
Now we can see the senior men's race. Now we have a leading pack.
Yes.
A leading pack. Now there is a break there. We have a leading group of athletes.
Yes.
It's a nice course. You see how they are running down that bend, coming into the muddy part. The muddy part is it's interesting. It's challenging.
It's a place whereby you have to meet. You'll have to maybe meet with something like a challenge that at least makes the competition to be interesting.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So let's wait and see how this race will unfold today. Of course, in Machakos we saw Asbel Kiprop. Not Asbel, not the champion, the former champion. But there's an upcoming another Asbel Kiprop Ruto who won the race, and I saw he registered for this event here today.
Yes.
I don't know if he will be able to maintain the lead by winning back to back. Yeah, so we are waiting to see how the race will unfold.
You are saying that it's the standard, the space that they used to run. It meets the standards of the international.
Yeah, that's an international standard. It's a world event. It's a world athletic standard.
Yes.
That is, it's a measurement that it's across the world.
Yeah, one would wonder why is it not very wide,
Yes,
to
yes,
accommodate.
yes. And the athletes are so many.
Yes, and
you
the
can even
athletes are
have
so many.
800 athletes.
Yes, athletes,
but the
it
course
must
has to
maintain
be
the
standard.
course. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And another thing, maybe as we wait for the race to end this race.
Yes.
Talking about Chepsaita.
Yes.
Last year we saw the first event happening. Of course, it was a bronze medal level at that time, but this year it's a gold level, and the measurement is up to standard. They are also doing the same measurements that an athlete can do internationally. For like senior men and women, that will be 10 kilometers. But the course itself, the course is so tough.
Yes,
it's
plus the terrain.
Challenging.
Yes.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And we can compare it. Someone was comparing it with the 2019 World Cross Country event, the Copenhagen course.
Yes.
That was it was so hilly.
Yes.
We can compare Chepsaita with
that.
Yeah. So athletes maybe who are planning to come and compete here and prepare for this event, they need to. They need those who are coming to compete. They need to prepare so well because the course is really tough and challenging.
Yes.
Yeah. You can even walk.
And I think such places are so good in terms of preparation. It helps our athletes to even prepare for the international competitions. When the courses and the terrain are so tough, it means that they'll be training hard so that probably when they go to the international spaces, they'll have the opportunity to win. In maybe you should train hard and win easy. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is, it's supposed to be that way because there is nothing for free.
Yes.
You cannot just say I want to go and run and win. Yeah. You have to do so well in training so that you can come and gauge yourself here locally. And as I said, Kenyans are so good that even if you want to go and run outside, you have to
come to compete.
Lazima ujipime nyumbani.
In our own local races.
Exactly.
Yes.
So preparing for that race, as I said, you need to be so good and very good in maybe climbing hills. Because remember, we also have other races like the mountain run races. I saw there is a mountain race, upcoming mountain race in Longonot.
Yes.
Running
towards the mountain.
Yes, yes. Up and down the hill. So those are the kinds of races maybe athletes need to use in preparation for these events.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Since the competitors are now trying to open up. They've really opened up, and I think we now have the leading category. We have those that are in the middle, and I think they're just trying to keep their paces. Every competitor making sure that they are not really left so much behind from the leading group, and we have very, very beautiful money prizes to be won. So yeah, it will be very great for any participant that will be participating. Great for these athletes, to go home with a prize. It means a lot to them because apart from just competing and trying to maybe even get the experience, compete with your colleagues, maybe improve on their time. It's also a great thing to go home with prizes, Mr. Rotich.
Yeah, of course. We are currently in the 10 Yeah, as you can see now, John is on the lead. He's now the right now the muddy section, which is one of the obstacle.
Yes, the obstacle in this particular.
Yeah, that's one of the obstacles in in cross country, and they're lucky there are no logs here, because some courses you have to jump over a log and some hilly parts.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the first event of the Lobo cross country, the one that was called Agnes Europe, we had even a lot of mud until the athletes really complained, and it was removed in the second edition, which was the Siriko Classic. So that is obstacle is part of the cross country.
Yes.
And of course you've seen mud here and some hills. So John is now coming into the last few meters before, but there is another athlete who is following him closely.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you may never know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yes. He needs to take care. Maybe there is a sprint finish also here. You've seen today a lot of sprint finish. Yeah.
Both from the men and the women category.
Exactly. Yes. You see, he's now
and he's very close, very close to
closing the gap. Here.
And so on the look of things, he's really calculating.
Yeah. So it might be John will be overtaken here.
Yes.
And he's really tired.
He looks
now
very tired.
Of course,
and
he's now is with him now in the leading part.
Very, very, very close to him.
Yeah.
And now he will be
and he has overtaken him. So he has taken the lead. Maybe we'll get to know from Charity who the athlete is.
Yes.
And of course, look at that loop. Look at that picture from the drone.
Wow.
Look at that last few meters.
Yes.
I hope he's going to finish the race. Very strong. No, they are still going for another one lap.
Think they have another lap.
They are going for another last lap. We were wrong.
We were wrong. I think
we were talking a lot here when we didn't count the laps that they were going.
Exactly. But
so
it's building up so well.
Yeah. So it's they are doing so well, and I think moving forward, someone who will win here will be inspired to compete in E10.
Yes.
And the other remaining series.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have 4 series or 4. It's for now 4, right?
Yeah.
It's now 4. So still opportunity for anyone that will wish to participate. Maybe you're an athlete, you're a coach listening to us. Yeah, we still have other series whereby you can bring your competitors. An opportunity for you also as a coach, as a scout. Come also and try to tap new talents, take them to your camp, and see yourself taking good athletes even to the international levels and earn that international recognition.
And of course, you've seen today even a form for winning today, despite having an exam coming up.
So in fact,
supposed to do the KCSE
I think
event.
they're having even rehearsals this week.
Exactly.
KCSE has already started.
It just started, of course.
Yeah.
But
Some
I
of the
think from
practicals,
Monday now they'll be able to sit well for the exams. Yes. But seeing him running here today winning, I think it's an inspiration. Yeah. So winning and then of course sitting for an exam and doing well, getting good grades. Yes. I think it's a good thing for an athlete, and he will be able to tell us how he managed to balance education and sports. Given that he also he came back from the World Championships in under 20 in August in Lima, Peru. He must be doing very well.
He knows, and I think the coaches, those around him are doing a lot of impressive work to make sure that is participating in those international competition, participating in the local is in class. It takes sacrifice.
Remember the school? Yes. The school that's St. Francis Kimuron. Rudisha used to school there.
Yeah. Wow. So
and then we have also Emmanuel Rotich. Yes. He used to go to that school. He is an alumni there.
Yes.
So I don't know what is so special with this school because I think Fanuel also does 800 meters.
Yes.
So he needs. We need to know the secret behind that. Behind that school.
There must be something great behind that school, and you see such. When you're very keen and even when you have the opportunity of even getting to that school and maybe you are listening to us, I'm very sure it's not him alone. You'll get, when you get to that school, it's when now maybe you'll have to meet with talent one-on-one, and maybe to our scouts and even to those that are listening to us one-on-one from this page and from this particular live abroad, visit the school and get to meet talent.
Of course. And apart from talking about the school, we have athletes competing tomorrow in Valencia half marathon. Yes. We have Sheila Chelangat from Kericho. Yes. We have someone like Agnes, I told you Agnes Jebet, who is debuting. Yes. We have Lilian Kasai, who is also debuting. Yes. We have Mateko, who are running in Valencia. Yes. We want to wish them all the very best. Yeah. They run well. It's a fast course. They must know that race will be fast. Yes. I don't know the pace they will be running. Yes. I don't know what race they will be doing, what pace they will be doing, but I think we just want to wish them well. We are waiting. We will be watching. We'll be watching, and we want to see how the race will unfold. Yes. You can see now the leader here. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the producer to bring me the name of the leading athlete. The leading athlete who was able to overtake. Who was able to overtake John. Who was able to overtake John, so that we can be able to know his name. He's running so well. He's almost coming to an end of to the tail end of the race. Director maybe to inform us who the leader is. I was telling you about these athletes who are running tomorrow. Yes. Of course, it's not Valencia only. We have also who are running. I think Frankfurt. Yeah. So we have a lot of events happening tomorrow. Yes. Most of these races happens on Sunday. We want to wish Kenyans the very best. Run clean and always do your best. Yeah. And carry the Kenya's flag high. Yes. And bring the titles home. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Great happenings, great scenes from Kapsokwony. As you can see on your screen, they are known as Masit dancers, traditional dancers, doing sabot music. To the finish line, being urged there to continue by the coaches who are standing along the line. I can see some of the coaches whom I know. There is a coach running across the pitch there. He was really encouraging the athletes to continue hanging on. And of course, he's coming to finish the race now. He's really hanged on, and he also ran a calculative race, I can say that. And that is the winner for today, the men's categories, 10 kilometers senior men. We will be able to get the name from Charity in a few. And it has been a good race for him, because running from behind and surging forward in the last lap and controlled the pace to the finish line is really amazing. Of course, as the second athlete finishing and the third athlete in that order. We shall be waiting for Charity to... We also have, of course, as we wait for Charity, I'm told that is Edwin Bett from National Police, who was leading in the 10 kilometers men. So I think that is Edwin Bett who won. Thank you, Alex. Alex is watching live from Hungary. That is in Europe. Yes. This is amazing, because he has been able to inform us. Yeah, he has the facts. Yeah, as we wait for Charity. Thank you so much, Alex. We wish you well. I know you are doing some assignment there, athletics assignment. We wish your athletes all the best. I can see Augustine Choge has just finished the race. Augustine Choge he has been running for years. And I think this is what athletes, yes, and he's still running. I think this is what athletes should maybe...
Yes, yes. You are trying to say where are the women? If we still have these old guys even participating in such races, it's a challenge because we had so very, very few numbers. And I think it's senior category women. Yes, very few. But,
yeah, they were only 34. The men were so many. We had 114. Yes, which is really encouraging. Yeah, of course, for a boy child, you need to work hard.
And that's why you see the number.
Yes,
the
yes.
Number, the competition in the men's category is very tough and very steep.
Exactly.
Thank you very
Exactly.
much for that following us from this particular live broadcast. Kapsokwony from Roma County, the second series of this. Welcome, Mr. Richard.
Yeah, as we wait for Charity, maybe for the interviews. I was talking about athletes who are going to compete tomorrow in Valencia. We also have Viola Chemngeno.
Yes.
I think she competed also in Copenhagen. I think she was either fourth or she finished fourth or fifth.
Yes.
I'm not sure, but she is competing again tomorrow at the Valencia half marathon.
Yeah.
So these are athletes who manage. They can run here very well, and also they can train and sharpen their skills in terms of competing in half marathon races and even marathon. You saw Meringori here today.
Yes.
Competing in the senior women's race.
Yes.
So seeing such athletes doing well and pushing themselves.
In fact, she also mentioned that such races are used for build-ups and make sure that she stays fit and she stays fit to even go and participate in other competitions.
Okay, Charity tells me that she is ready for the interviews. Charity, over to you. Charity.
Thank you so much. I'm joined here by Edwin Bet. Edwin just recently graduated to the senior category. Senior inakupeleka vipi Edwin?
Mimi nashukuru Mungu. Nimechukua hii race ya leo. Ilikuwa na create junior in senior versus lakini mimi naona iko sawa. Yeah.
Machakos ilikuwa vipi kwako sahi na vile umekuja hapa Kapsokwony umeshinda Machakos ukicompare the two environment?
Choto alikuwa juu na hapa alikuwa yeah.
So tuna matarajio yetu kwako ni gani hii season?
Matarajio yangu ni niombe Mungu nikate abre cross country. Yeah. Okay. Nilikuwa napona na injury lakini sahi si baya. Yeah.
Uliweza kurepresent Kenya ukiwa Algeria ukiwa junior ndio 8 kilometers. Experience ile ulilearn na ndo kama kutakuwa na cross country this season ni gani ndo utaweza kutumia uweze kukuwa number 1?
Nimekimbia cross country nikiwa form 1. So niko experience sana. Yeah. So
thank you and congratulations.
So thank you sir.
Okay. We are also joined by number 2 who is Simon Maiwa. Simon, mbio imekuwa vipi kwako?
Marahisi madam. Nikishukuru Mungu siku ya leo amewezesha amenipea position number 2. Yeah.
Matarajio yetu kwako hii season itakuwa ni gani?
Season hii si mbaya. Kuna matokeo. Yeah.
All the best and congratulations.
Asante ma.
We are also joined here by number 3 who is Naibei Kiplimo. Naibei, karibia hapa ndugu. Kumekuwa na gap kubwa. Utaweza sema mbio ilikuwa kali sana leo?
Kwa leo sitasema kitu. Kwa sababu hali ya weather ilikuwa joto sana.
Na una train wapi?
Na train ya Ngong. Yeah.
Weather ya Ngong na huku Kapsokwony zinakaribiana altitude?
Inakaribiana.
Matarajio yetu kwako hii season ni gani?
Kwa matarajio niko na prepare sasa to the next race.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. As we wait for the World Athletics Vice President and the Athletics Kenya President, Lieutenant General retired Jackson Tuwei, to come and award the 10-kilometer senior men winners, who are Edwin Bett from the Kenya Police and recently graduated to the senior with this first race as a senior athlete being Machakos. And also we had Simon Maiwa taking the second place and Kiplimo Naibe. Over to you, Rotich, as we wait for the award ceremony to take place.
Thank you, Charity. As we wait for the ceremony award, maybe, of course, you've seen the type of competition that we've seen here today. It has been a very interesting event today, and as we head now to the third series, I believe we will be able to see more better competition and a more competitive event than today. It has been a wonderful event. Of course, we've seen even the president today graced this event, and as we wait for the ceremony. Prepare for the third
Position 3. Piga makofi jamani. Wewe ni mtoto wa nyumbani, umechukua nafasi ya 3, panda juu ya podium.
Yeah, Abel, of course, we've seen winners here today. Yes. They are going home rich. They are going home rich. Yeah, last time they were not high. They had something small, but today it's something bigger. The package it's really encouraging to see the federation supporting the athletes. Yeah, so, and I think moving to the other series, we'll be able to see more athletes competing.
Kwa hivyo tunaanza kwa washindi wetu. Nafasi ya 3 imeendea Mayabei toka Mount
President General Jack Tuwei awarding is around and awarding the winners here. It's really encouraging because the athletes will say we want to be like him in future maybe. Yes. Yeah, they need to also become leaders in future, yes. Not just running. Exactly. They should not retire and get lost, but they need to retire in athletics and continue working in the athletics industry.
Okay, thank you so much, Rotich. We are continuing with the award ceremony. Thank you so much. We have Simon Maiwa being awarded by the World Athletics Vice President, Lieutenant General Jackson Tuwei, who is also the Athletics Kenya President. And then the first finisher, the winner of the race is Edwin Bett. Edwin is happy to have a successful transition from the junior race to the senior race, and he's saying that he's hoping that he'll be able to perform well if there will be a confirmation on the Africa Cross Country Championship. Over to you, Rotich, as we continue with the award ceremony.
Those are the winners being awarded today. Edwin Bate goes with 50,000. Edwin Bate goes with 50,000. And the second athlete, Simon Maiwa, 40,000. With the third athlete, Naibei, going home 20,000 or richer. So we are glad today we've been able to get new winners here who have managed to win in various categories. Yeah. Shortly we shall be talking to the president, Athletics Kenya president. Yeah, and want to hear from the president maybe what we expect this season in athletics, in the cross-country series ahead of the track season. Congratulations to the winners. They did well. Congratulations. Congratulations to the winners. So I'll be handing over to Charity so that she can be able to talk to our president Jack Tuwei.
Tukikuita kajina ya utani President, itakuwa sawa?
Hapana shida.
President, so far we've had a continuity of the youth athletes transitioning to the senior athletes, beginning with Edwin, who's just won the 10 kilometers. This was his first senior race. What's your take on the continuity program for the youth development?
Thank you very much. First of all, and I want to thank the people of Bungoma County and Kapsokwony here in particular, because we have witnessed a very, very interesting race here and very good organization. Yeah, in terms of continuation or what you have just asked, for example, it's very important. You see, in Athletics Kenya, we have got not only Athletics Kenya, in athletics in general, we have got categories which are different. We start with the kids athletics, and you all know that we start with that starts with 4 years old up to about 14. Then when they graduate, they go to youth development or youth category, which starts from 15 to 18. And beyond 18, they go to junior or under 20. And even when they retire thereafter at different levels, they go into masters. So that's a continuation already. And it's important because if you want to make a career, then you need to maintain that continuity, so that you can run from as young as kids athletics all the way up to masters. We have seen even in parts of the world, there are people who run even at 100 years old. And that is what you call continuation. There are different levels, as I said. When you get to the youth level or the youth category, then you start earning something. When you go to the junior, you now start even earning much more. And now when you become an elite in the senior level, then that is the place where you can now build your career and even settle down in terms of financial management, in terms of course, discipline, in terms of settling down with the family, and so forth and so on. So you can see that continuation. By the time you get to the masters, you are now a senior citizen, and you become a family person, and you become now a role model because of what you have done. So that continuation goes all the way up to that level and that category. So it's important. It's important that we maintain that so that it becomes now a real career. People love or want to build careers in whatever they are doing. So let us also make this one a career, because you can do it.
Thank you so much, President. We also have students. We have candidates here with us, one being led by Fanuel Koech, who just won the 2 kilometers men loop race. And then we also have other candidates such as Ishmael Kirui from Sinonin. We also have Mary Nyaboke. The two of them also were in Lima, Peru for the World Under 20. And then we still have other athletes that ran for the ISF. Perhaps as you wish them all the success they need as they sit for the exams, how important is education for the athletes?
Education is very, very important, for not just for the athlete alone, but all of us. But since we are talking about athletes, let me say that is very, very important. And that is why you see in other countries, for example, there are a lot of athletes who have done very well in terms of education as well, including ours. And you see, when athletes are running in the country here and they do well, they now qualify to go to international championships. And if you cannot communicate well, if you cannot say exactly what you are doing, if you cannot explain why you have won, for example, and how you won, and how you understand athletics and all that, then it's a problem. And not all athletes who go through the athletics career go all the way. They may also want to change somewhere in between and do something else because they are citizens of this country and they are capable of doing well. So if you have done well as an athlete, it means you can do well elsewhere. And you can also be a lecturer, even in the university, in terms of sports management, sports science, and all that. And so education is very, very important. I want to encourage all our athletes to take education very seriously, because as it has been said in the past, if you are a good athlete and a good, you can also become a very good educationist, and you are likely to do very well in anything that you do. It doesn't matter what you are going to do. Even if you become a farmer, farming nowadays has become very technical, and everybody needs to understand all these things. So it is very, very important being both an athlete and a good athlete for that matter, and you also become somebody who is properly educated. And sometimes we need to sell our country in terms of, because we have called our athletes ambassadors. And so for them to be good ambassadors, they need to go and sell our country wherever they go. And that means you need to understand our country very well. You need to understand the setup. You need to understand the environment. You need to understand everything that goes on the economy and everything that goes on in the country, even the academic systems and even the athletic systems. So you need to understand all that, so that when you go out there, you can now sell our country and say, in our country, this is what happens, and you can communicate well. So to be a good ambassador. Let's not just be good ambassadors only on the track and on the cross country, but let us also be good in terms of education, so that we can sell our country in a better way.
Last time when we were in Machakos, we spoke about the importance of clean environment and what it does to the lungs, to the athletes, and why you need to monitor the air quality. Hapa tuko ni maeneo ya mlima Elgon na tungependa kutunza mazingira yetu. Pengine ni nini haswa sisi kama wananchi tungefanya ili kusaidia kutunza mazingira na kuendelea kukuwa na mazingira bora katika wanariadha na pia katika tabia nchi?
Wacha nisema kwanza ya kwamba climate change is real. It is not something that people are talking about in the world because it is real. And I'm sure if you talk to any citizen of this country, they will tell you how they have experienced certain changes in climate in the environment. And therefore, if we don't learn how to change with the environment and what to do and how to mitigate some of those things, then we'll be left behind and we'll be affected by certain changes that we don't seem to understand and we don't seem to know. So it is important. It's very important that we understand, particularly how do we sustain that environment? How do we manage and understand the effects that are likely to affect us while we go around, while we move around? And if we are not going to maintain this, then we'll have a major problem. So it is important that sustainability is very, very, mazingira ni kitu kubwa sana. Kusangine unaona hata mito zetu ambazo tunaona rivers ambaye sangine unakuta there was a river somewhere, lakini hiyo mto ilipotea. What happened? Au kama haikupotea, maji imekuwa tofauti, labda unakuta maji imekuwa chafu na vitu kama hiyo. Sisi tuko Nairobi, for example, unaona Nairobi River. We need to maintain in a clean environment where people can go there and have a weekend off, a weekend outing. Where do our families go to in urban areas? Wanaenda wapi? So if we don't maintain and we make it clean, then obviously there'll be effects. You can see now people are changing in terms of even crops, what is being planted. Not because of marketing and not because of anything else, it's because of environment. So it actually affects real life. It affects real life. And therefore, we need to understand this and let us all work together. Let us plant more trees, because with more trees, you at least you can talk about good air quality. You can talk about good environment. You can have some shade when the sun is so hot and that kind of thing. Look at even the pattern of the temperatures in our country. In the past, we could predict that in such a time there will be this, there will be that. But nowadays, you can never predict anymore. You could be sitting here, and in the next minute it will be raining, because we did not know. So let us be ready for all this, and we can only be ready by understanding and being sustainable environment.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you.
That was Lieutenant General retired President Jackson Tuwei, who is the Vice President to World Athletics and also the President to Athletics Kenya. He talked about the importance of sustainability and the transition of the athlete from a kid level to the junior, and he also talked about the importance of education. Perhaps Rotich, you've been with us for a long time and you've also covered athletics way longer than me. You've seen how sometimes retired athletes come and what happens. What would you take? What is your emphasis on education as we continue with our talents?
Yeah, of course. Today we've been able to see a Form 4 student winning in the 2-kilometer loop, and that shows that he's doing well in the field and of course in the track, and of course we hope he's doing of course well in class also. That is now the matter of balancing education and sports, and seeing the event how it happened here today. It was a high-class event, and most of the athletes, especially upcoming athletes, who are here to make a name. Look at Edwin Bett, graduating from a junior level to the senior level and winning today. So we are happy. What I would want to say is that athletes, the upcoming athletes, should embrace the balancing education and sports, so that they can have a better future, because it's no longer business as usual. We can no longer continue depending on education alone, on running alone. We also need to bring in education, and I'm happy because most of the youths are now embracing this thing, because we have about 70 athletes, more than 70 actually, who have gone to the US through scholarship in the past 1 year. So you see, everybody wants to go and learn at the same time compete. Talk of Sylvia Chelangat, who was under 20, I think bronze medalist in the 400 meters. She's now in the US, of course, doing athletics and at the same time learning. So athletes should embrace this thing.
Thank you so much. Abel is our new addition in the commentary booth. So far, have you enjoyed it?
I've really enjoyed it, and as you can see, the whole people of Mount Elgon, Kapsokwony, they are so happy. It's not normal to have this kind of crowd in Kapsokwony. In fact, even if it were a political rally, I'm not very sure if the numbers will be the same, but this one is a good love for the sports, and we are so happy as the people of Mount Elgon. As a resident of Mount Elgon, this one is a very good gesture from the Athletics Kenya, being the second series of this and being brought to Mount Elgon. It's an encouragement to young upcoming athletes. It's an encouragement to all the people of Mount Elgon. In matters of athletics, Mount Elgon is not very new. We have very many legends from Mount Elgon, and it also taps as an opportunity for the young upcoming athletes. I've heard my colleague here, Rotich, talking very positively about the youngsters that are coming. I was very happy to see a guy that I'm told is in Form 4 winning a race here. It means that people that are surrounding that young, they are doing a lot of work, and we want to commend the coaches, including the school that he comes from. I'm told that he's just from an international competition, and he's come and won here. So it's a very good gesture to the people of the mountain.
What is your expectations for E10?
You know, E10 is the home of champions. So going to E10, I know it's going to be very tough compared to this particular place. There is a lady that has just won. She won in the Machakos series. She won here, and I was talking with Rotich Mori. We were wondering, will she still be able to win at the home of champions? And we were joking and saying that if she will win in E10, and then probably the whole competition will already have a winner. So I'm expecting much from E10, being the home of very many athletes in Kenya, and many people know E10 as the best place to train. We are hoping to see many people coming from international and even locally to make sure that they all gather there and to make sure that the competitions are very competitive. Yeah.
Rotich, we last time when we were in Machakos, there was a lot of athletes turning up for the first series, and today you're here. What would you rate about the quality? Because the first time you watched us at home, and now you're here.
Yeah, of course. I was telling my colleague here that I think there was a good turnout compared to last year, where we had very few athletes competing here. But of course, we still also have a challenge, because if you see the senior category, women category, we only had 34 women competing here, which is, the numbers are still low. So I'm posing a challenge to the coaches. Where are these senior women athletes? Where are they? We can't see them competing. But it was encouraging also to see somebody like Relin coming in second. She just competed the other time in Copenhagen. I think she was fifth position. So she decided not to go to Valencia Marathon, where she was to compete, and come to compete here locally, which is also an encouraging thing to the upcoming athletes. And Delvin Meringor, she's a Romanian representing Romania, just from Olympics in marathon team, where I think she finished top 10 or 12, top 12, competing here. And she said that she's using the race to gauge her performance and fine-tune ahead of international races. So this race has been good for them. Of course, we've seen men Form 4 winning. and the junior men also, you saw the surprises that came in. And then lastly, as I talk about E10, we expect, being that it's a home of champions, when there will be athletes from the source of champions, from the origin of champions, and we have now this. And we expect a large turnout there. Remember, Athletics Kenya is now paying athletes good amount for the winners, and of course up to the 10th position. So this will encourage also athletes to compete, because he can be able to sell chicken, get transport, go and compete, and go back home with 50,000 as a winner.
Yeah, I also like the cash award incentive. We also had Andrew Alamisi, the winner, 5,000 under 20. He also came here to test how his performance is as he prepares to go and compete in Italy next month. And we also had you talking about Maureen. Maureen, she's saying that last season she was not at her best. She had some issues, and right now you see she's won Machakos, she's won Kapsokwony. I wonder how the competition will be back in E10. And also Catherine, she's saying that she also had an injury. Last week she was not doing well, but now she's competed and seen that is good. In this case, that's why we see head coach for Athletics Team Kenya saying that cross country is the most vital part of the build-up for an athlete, especially for those who do track and field, even for sprinters. And as we wind up here from Kapsokwony Boys High School at the slopes of Mount Elgon, we'd like to wish all the candidates that are sitting for their exams, especially those in Form 4 starting on Monday, all the best. We hope to see you pass in flying colors, and also see you later graduate in university and advance in other advance in other career paths.
And of course, we also have athletes competing tomorrow in various races across the world. I'll talk about Valencia Marathon. Valencia Half Marathon, sorry. The Valencia Half Marathon has a fast course, and we have athletes who are going to compete there tomorrow. We have someone like Agnes Chebet Ngetich, the 10-kilometer record holder, who is debuting there. We have Lilian Kasait, who is debuting. We have Sheila Chelangat. We have Daniel Mateko, who is also competing tomorrow. So we have a number of athletes who are competing tomorrow. We have Viola Chemgeno. They are all competing tomorrow in Valencia Half Marathon. That race is so special because records are being made there. So are we going to see another record tomorrow, either way, in the men's or women's category? So we really want to wish them the very best. Even those who are doing the other marathons that we have not named, we want to wish you all the very best from Kenya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I have been your host here at the Athletics Kenya TV. My name is Charity Wanja. We've been together from Machakos, and now we're in Kapsokwony. Hoping that I'll see you soon again at the E10 in Elgeyo Marakwet with the source of champion. Over. See you. Bye. And as we wind up here from Kapsokwony Boys High School at the slopes of Mount Elgon, we'd like to wish all the candidates that are sitting for their exams, especially those in Form 4 starting on Monday, all the best. We hope to see you pass in flying colors, and also see you later graduate in university and advance in other advance in other career paths.